right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Afternoon Blitz. Gonzo usually says the date. It's the 21st of March. What a time to be alive. Today I got with me Pride. Pride, how are you doing, my brother? Long time.
I'm chilling, my boy. I feel like it's been forever since I've been here. But I am chilling. I'm hot. And I actually have an apology to make. I really do. I owe an apology to Team USA. I really do. That's why I had to come on here, because I was talking all that shit about the pitching, and look at them now. So, humblest apologies. I was wrong. I was incorrect. But they're still not beating Japan. But, you know.
Hey, listen, the fact that, I'm going to tell you, Pride, like I said earlier, you know, when you look at the hitting, the lineup, USA stacked. I mean, we look sexy as hell. But then you get to our pitching, and it's just like, what? It's like, what the hell? It's like, you know, like, where did it go? Like, you started off so good, and then this is what you give me for pitching? And, yeah, the fact that we're actually in the finale with this level of pitching, I find it phenomenal. Just phenomenal.
It's crazy. I give them credit, you know, 100%. I give them credit, and cried when Puerto Rico got knocked out by Mexico. That was just okay, because right, Jay, I leave Buffalo Wild Wings, right?
Yeah.
I leave Buffalo Wild Wings. We're up, right? Puerto Rico 4-1, right? I'm like, great, let's go, okay, right? I was happy. I was ecstatic. I was like, let's go, we got it, right? I go with some friends. We do some axe throwing. I suck at it, right? There for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. We leave, and I go, oh, wait, I didn't see the rest of the game. How bad did we whoop Mexico? And I open up Twitter, and it's just everyone frying Puerto Rico. I said, wow, haters going to hate. That's what I said. Swear to God, I said haters going to hate. Okay? Got out of Twitter, right? Because right before I got off Twitter, Jeff Passes was tweeting how it was an incredible comeback. That triggered me. That got me tight. And I was like, all right, this is a troll account, whatever. I don't care that he's verified. Troll account. Got out of Twitter. Went to Facebook, and then MLB on Fox, I think, was the one that put it up. That Mexico won 5-4. I was like, yeah, you know what? Who cares about baseball?
Yeah, Puerto Rico had a little rough. Frankie was not exactly ecstatic either. I know Dominican Republic had a little rough. You know, a lot of people had Dominican Republic being one of the favorites to get to the finals. Venezuela looked really, really freaking good up until the point where Altuve got hit by Bard. And then I think that just kind of took a little bit out of Venezuela. But lots of good teams, lots of good action. Honestly, you know, when you looked at that Japan-Mexico game, honestly, at the end of it, they came back and rallied. The guy was the guy. I'm not going to say the guy's name because I couldn't pronounce that crap if you asked me. But I will just say this: the man was thinking he was going to bunt. Now this is like supposedly the best hitter of all of Japan, like all of Japan. Like this is their El Supreme numero uno guy, and the guy's thinking about bunting to get the other guy in scoring position and letting somebody else take the glory if they were able to get him home. Somehow or another, the head coach said, fuck that shit. Swing away. Swing away, young Bucky. And he swung away, hit that bad boy 400 feet, got the win. What a time to be alive. And now this is who we're going to face. When do we face them? Is it even this week? What is
Yeah, I'm almost positive it's today. I'll tell you right now.
Shit! So we get to find out the finale tonight. Oh my God, we have to go get that. But crazy,
Tuesday, right?
Is it? I was thinking Tuesday. Well, today is Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday. Yeah, it's today.
Oh snap!
I believe it is today.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, hold on. Let me, because I want to make sure we get this right, because this is a pretty damn important game.
Yeah, it's today at 7, and they are actually going to be in Miami.
Wow, so that's going to be 7. That's going to be right at the same time Unscripted comes on. Woo, that's going to be nice. But yeah, man, look. Apparently, Ohtani, I think they're going to let him. I guess he can make an appearance as a closer if it comes down to it. They're going to allow him to be the closer. So I guess you're going to get, and I don't. Again, I'm not good with names in Pride. If you know their names better, please. But it's that flamethrower kid that's out there. It's like 21, 22. I think he's going to get the starting nod tonight.
His name begins with an R. I know exactly.
Yeah, man, listen, they got names out there for days. I'm just saying, I just know him as a flamethrower. Every time somebody talks about it, they always say the flamethrower. So whoever this, he's supposed to be the Cy Young equivalency to what we have here. So this is like their numero uno guy going up against our numero uno squad. I think they get 90 pitches, I think, before they have to get pulled. Is that correct? I think they're allowed 90 in the finale. So this kid apparently, Pride, he's been known to throw 100 miles an hour all the way through the 8th inning. I mean, take that as you will, right? I mean, I don't know if you give me that to the 8th inning, Pride, that might give you some struggles. If you had to put a score on it, what would you put?
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I got you now. Now I can hear you. I could hear you a minute ago.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure. But here's the thing. I like Japan, and I honestly think Japan's gonna win it. But I don't want to be disrespectful either, because then I feel like people are gonna think that I'm hating on Team USA. So I'm kind of in a conundrum, right?
Right.
But I'm going to say 5-2 Japan.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. Look, it's okay if you think Japan's going to win. It's okay to say that. Probably you have never been one that I've known to mince words or hold his tongue. So, because that's the way I'm feeling. I mean, honestly, as great as America's hitting is, I just think our pitching is going to do us in. And for you to say 5-2, honestly, in my opinion, Pride, for you to say 5-2, for me, sounds a little conservative on your part. I was thinking more the Japan gets around the 6 to 7 runs or maybe even 8 runs.
Interesting. I don't want to be that mean, right? But, I mean, for me, it just comes down to I genuinely believe that Japan has I think they have, in terms of their pitching staff, the best pitching in the world. And then their hitting, in terms of the world, I think it's elite and up there with anybody else's that you could put together.
I don't know, though. Let me ask you this, Pride. I mean, I understand, and it's not that I'm not on board with what you're saying about Japan's pitching, because we know how good Japan's pitching is. But but that's the thing about America. Like, we don't really put out our best pitchers. I mean, we're not putting Scherzer, DeGrom, or even Verlander out there. I mean, those are 3 guys that honestly could really put an ass whooping on Japan if they were playing. They're not playing, but if they were playing, you know what I mean?
I necessarily don't know that, though. We don't really know that, because for as great as they are here,
we haven't seen against them. So
I mean, let's think about it now. A lot of the pitchers some of the pitchers that they face in the WBC, they play in the majors, right? Like, we've seen Juan Soto take, Max Scherzer deep, right? We've seen Justin Verlander have to get pulled because Baez put work on him. Like, we've seen this stuff before, right? So I'm not necessarily going to say that, but then another thing also, you play with who you got, right? Like, yeah, it sucks that Scherzer and Verlander ain't there, but it is what it is, right? Because at the end of the day, you're out there with what you got. I'm not going to say
absolutely. I definitely agree with you. And let's be honest, I'm not expecting Scherzer, Verlander, or DeGrom to go out there, because at this stage of their career, at this stage of their health and their age, they got to be selective about where they pitch. They really kind of do. But at the same time, man, I mean, I feel like as Americans, or even as just baseball fans in general, no matter what country, if you're not seeing truly the best out there, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, Japan beat the U.S., but did they really beat the U.S.? Or did they beat the ones that they gave up available? Like, we got their guys that just came up out of the minor league pitching. You know what I mean?
No, they beat them. They beat them. It's the same.
Except for old-ass Wainwright. He's like the grandfather of the group, but
Jesus. But it's kind of like the same thing with the FIBA championships, right? When it was basketball, right? And everyone and their mom said no, right? So it kind of was it was basically Kevin Durant and youngsters, right? This was before Jason Tatum had arrived. This was like when one of your top 5 players that was supposed to represent how great we are, one of our top 5 players was Zach LaVine. Okay, we were fucked. Okay, that is the same thing. If we had lost and someone else had beaten us, we can't sit there and say, "Oh yeah, but we didn't have LeBron." It doesn't matter. As you are marketing yourself as the best, knowing this is the roster you have, and you're still marketing yourself as the best. So it no longer matters. You're out there with who you have.
Oh yeah,
You know
I
what I
understand
mean?
that. Yeah,
So it's like if people are gonna say, and
and that's what
I'm not
makes me
saying,
mad
I'm
is
not
I
saying
feel
the
like
same.
because what you're saying is 100% correct. That's where I get mad because I feel like Japan is giving us their best. Everybody's giving us their. The U.S. doesn't really. I mean, on the hitting side, we are giving you the best, but on the pitching side, it's like we're giving you like our sub, not even B team, like D, E, or F team. Of pitching. You know what I mean? So it's not like. I feel like us as U.S. is letting the other teams down, but not giving them our best. You know what I mean?
And at the same time too, you got to understand, Jay. This is also a time in sports, right, where a lot of other teams are catching up, or a lot of other countries are starting to catch up and catch up quick, fast, and in a hurry, right? If we have done this, if we did this 10 years ago, Japan would be good, but they wouldn't be looked at the powerhouse as they are now. If we had done this a few years ago, the conversation would have been different. Like, think about it. With basketball, we looked like we were struggling. Soccer, we've never even been in the conversation respectfully. So let's just get soccer up out of this conversation, right? I mean, and then when you look at other sports that's like worldwide, that has like a worldwide feel and is known worldwide. Let's be honest here. What American teams or Americans are really dominating at it? Really not, right? Because another of the biggest things and biggest sports in the world is cricket, right?
Right.
You tell me what you name me. Just name me one American that's dominated. Okay, you had enough time. You're not going to find anybody. Tennis, right? I mean, in tennis, it was Serena. I think she retired for the 57th time. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know who retires more, her or Ric Flair, but this is ridiculous, right? Because just go home.
I don't even think Ric Flair ever really retires. I just think he just says, "Look, I'm gonna come in when I feel like coming in until I'm dead."
I'm pretty sure he just.
I'll just make videos until I'm dead and do commercials with Ice-T in them. It's all good,
right? But again, the same thing is like soccer, right? Even so, we have the MLS here, but that is nothing compared to the Premier League and La Liga. Like that, there's nothing compared to that. So it's like the three sports we really have: baseball, football, soccer. Those are really the only three sports that America truly, legitimately dominates in. Basketball, all of a sudden, everyone else is looking like they're starting to catch up. Never mind the fact that the world has kind of been nipping at our heels for a while. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
So, you know what I mean? And then now baseball, now it's looking like, we need to have a built-in excuse. So even if we come in second, which again, considering how bad the pitching is, this isn't something that's, the pitchers have stepped up, and I'm going to give them plenty of credit for that. I'm going to give them plenty of credit because I didn't think they would be able to do this. So I'm going to give them plenty of credit, the credit they deserve, you know what I mean? But it's just an instance of if we lose, we need to find an excuse when the reality of the situation is you just lost. That's just it, right? Like when DR lost to Puerto Rico, yes, there was jokes and things going back and forth, right? But it was just an L, right? Like when Puerto Rico lost to Mexico, yes, the Dominicans was making jokes at it. I couldn't.
Oh hell yeah!
I was. So my wife, right, Aaliyah, we were at her friend's house, right? And her dad was just frying my lap because, my mom had bought me a Puerto Rico hat, right? So I was wearing it, but I couldn't wear it when we went axe throwing. I wasn't allowed to wear it because they were like, we don't want any loose articles dangling. I said, fine, whatever. They made me take off my chain. I forgot to put the hat back on, so they thought I took the hat off because I was embarrassed. So I was like, no, I just took it off because I had to take it off or whatever. But they were busting my balls, right? But I never said, do they really beat the best version of us? No, we just took the L. It's right. I was sensitive. I might have cried a tear or three, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I just kind of looked at it as we took the L. It is what it is. Mexico was down. They never gave up. They played gritty and they played until the final out and they got them the win. Congratulations to them. You know what I mean? But it's absolutely. Like a lot of countries do that where it's kind of like they're mad and it's like, oh yeah, but bro, I was screaming F Mexico. I really was. I was screaming F Mexico. And the last Mexican I've ever met, bro, was 8 years ago. I'm out here screaming F Mexico. People thought that I hate him. I was like, no, bro, I'm just hot that we lost, right? But
oh yeah, no, absolutely.
the next day I was able to go, okay, we lost because we sold. That's on us, right? Like it doesn't matter who we threw out there. So it's just a situation where like a lot of like American baseball watchers, they just don't understand legitimately. Because remember, it's been a while since we had the last World Baseball Classic.
Yeah. Was it like 17, 8? It's every 4 years, correct?
It's every 4 years.
Yeah, it's like 2018, I guess it was 17 or 18.
So it's like, so it really comes down to, it's just an awkward situation. They feel awkward because the world is starting to really catch up, right? And on top of that, now a lot of guys are trying to say that the World Baseball Classic is pointless, right? I've seen people try to say the World Baseball Classic is pointless, but then I'm watching the game and I'm watching guys get more excited for a strikeout in the 4th inning than I have ever seen a guy hit. Did you see? I think it was Trey Turner who hit that grand slam to put
it was Trey. Well, Trey actually had 2 home runs that game. I think he had the single and then he had the grand slam after that.
Yeah. So like that grand slam, I don't know about you, Jay. Check me if I'm wrong, but there is only one other home run I can ever remember generating that type of energy. Only one I can remember. And that was, I think it was against Texas when the Blue Jays was playing the Rangers, and Jose Bautista hit the home run. That no doubter, he just threw it, and the camera was just going nuts. That is the only other time, and we've had plenty of grand slams, we had plenty of walk-offs, we had plenty of exciting moments.
Yeah,
I've never seen them get that happy. I'm looking at Venezuelan pitchers in the 4th inning getting a strikeout, and my man has his shirt unbuttoned and he's punching his chest. Like, don't look me in my face and tell me with a straight face that this is just another exhibition. When I got dudes literally.
No, that's what I'm saying. To the other countries, it's not an exhibition. I feel like with Americans, though, it's kind of like we treat it like an exhibition. Like we don't treat it. And this is our pastime. Like literally, this is America's oldest sport. This is the oldest thing we got is this, and we just take it haphazardly. Like,
and it's bizarre too because it's not even the players that think that. It's just there's a weird subset of fans that just believe this weird notion that it is what it is. This is just an exhibition, and it's bizarre to me for them to think that because I'm like the guys who are playing, right? They're playing because they want to, and these are some of the best players in the world.
Oh, right? Absolutely.
So it's this bizarre thing where it doesn't matter, and it's kind of like, and here's the hypocritical part about the fans. The fans want more baseball games, right?
Right.
They'll complain that spring training isn't important enough. Then every 4 years you get the World Baseball Classic, and now that's a meaningless exhibition game. But it's bizarre to me because it's like, wait, but you want more baseball.
Right.
I'm confused. Like my head.
It makes me mad too because I felt like, there's a lot of up and coming pitching that's coming out of the farm teams across the league that aren't really even like those guys aren't even there. Like I will tell you, I would have loved to see Hunter Brown get an opportunity in the World Baseball Classic because it would, number one, he's going to crack the rotation this year. And number two, it would have gave him a lot of good hitting to see before he comes into the league. And this is a guy that last year, he put up a .86 ERA, had 2 wins with a 1.04 whip, but he's a small sample size. And I would have liked to have seen young guys like that. If the older veterans don't want to take the spots to be on the pitching staff, then let some of these up-and-coming kids do it. That way they can get the experience of, that type of baseball before they go into their first MLB season. But
Chris, how you feeling, my guy?
Not too bad. Freaking dog knocked me over this morning. I fell, and now I've been.
How's a damn chihuahua knock you over?
He got in between. He got under my damn feet. I went to take a step, and he was eating, and I went to walk out of the room, and he decided he wanted to leave the room, and he got in between my legs and wasn't nowhere for me to go. My balance is terrible anyway. I hit the ground.
So was it Scrappy? It took you out.
Yep. Well, asshole. Other than that, I'm not doing too bad. Now I'm just sore.
I feel
It's like
you,
I just
bro.
go to the
I feel you.
hospital, get my back worked on, and Scrappy takes me out, and I got to go back to the hospital. What a time to be alive when a Chihuahua puts you in the hospital.
Little 10-pound Chihuahua takes you down.
It's not like I said, well, you know, a Rottweiler guy. Hey, what got you in here? You know, a Chihuahua. A Chihuahua. What the heck?
Chihuahua named Pixie got me down and out, man.
But no pride to go back what you're saying, that you can't make the fans happy either way. They either complain there's not enough baseball, and then you give them more than they, it's not important. Well, it's important to the players that are playing. Just because some of the players didn't think it was important, didn't want to play, doesn't mean that it's not important to the guys that are playing.
Yeah. And again, the good thing about it, it's a small subset of fans. It's not a huge majority that's screaming it. I'm just glad it's a small group who's just probably butthurt because they bet on a game and lost. Okay. I guarantee it's the same people who are mad that Israel got destroyed by Puerto Rico, and they thought Israel would somehow make an upset. I think Dominican Republic even stomped them out. Right? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Right? I'm pretty sure.
Well, if you're losing
Great
to Israel, you got problems.
No, but I'm pretty sure someone.
Nothing against Israel, but come on, man. I mean, it's not. This is not like Israel's, bread and butter type stuff. Now, what you said earlier, cricket, soccer. I mean, that's their wheelhouse. Damn it.
But the thing is I'm pretty sure the person who's upset. You know who probably started this rumor? The person who decided Great Britain's jerseys. Like, you remember the first game we saw them, bro? It was just a great jersey with, like, Great Britain printed in, like, generic.
Oh, I do remember that.
I'm pretty sure the person who designed that is the one who heard all the criticism. It was like, well, it's stupid anyway. And then it's like, because, like, what in the world is going on, bro?
Great Britain had the ugliest uniforms.
That game last night, I know the United States wasn't in it, but that was a heck of a baseball game if you're a baseball fan or watching baseball.
Yes. It was exciting. I don't know what it is, but the last 3 days, it's been some phenomenal quality games. Games that I like. This stretch right here is what makes me look at the World Baseball Classic and say, we need this every 2 years. Swear to God. Now, is it feasible? Probably not. But that level of excitement, like I said, bro, you got guys punching themselves, bro, because they're ecstatic. Like, who was it? What team was it? It was like the first or second day. 2 guys got into a fight in the dugout, and everyone thought it was serious, and they're like punching each other. And then after that, they just look into the smile, like they had just hit a home run. They're like fighting in the dugout, and then after that, after a while, you have the cameras on them, and they're like, "Yo, this is insane." They're fighting, and all of a sudden, they just stop, look at each other, smile, kiss each other in the cheek, and hug each other.
And even
this is baseball.
Even the atmosphere with the fans. I wish Major League Baseball fans was like that. When you go to a game, and it's almost like I was telling Dustin earlier, it's almost like the Little League World Series on steroids because you get to see all the different cultures of the other countries and their fans.
It really is. It really is. And like, it's honestly, man, never changed the World Baseball Classic. It's great.
I'll tell you one thing, though. You go to a Japanese baseball game, it's so quiet. At Japanese baseball, it's so quiet you can hear a pin drop until something actually pops off or happens, and then they beat the shit out of those 2 little sticks, and then it just goes back to being quiet again. I mean,
and the thing is, it really is a culture thing because it's the same thing for them in wrestling. Like in wrestling, let's say they're just doing holds, it's quiet. To the point that you can like if 2 wrestlers are talking to each other, you can hear it, and then they'll do something amazing, and then the wrestlers will stop, and you'll just hear the crowd gasp and clap, and then back to silence. Like, it really is a culture thing where like they just wait, they absorb, and it's almost as if like they're taking turns. Like,
they didn't know how to handle me when I was there. They were like, who the hell is this white guy? And why does he keep making all this noise? And I'm like,
well, they watch sports like it's a play or a movie.
Like chess. They watch baseball like chess.
You have a break, then you clap.
Yeah, they watch it like chess.
And the thing is, Chris, that's a perfect example. That really is. Because like in a play, you have certain set moments where something happens, and then the actors have a delay where it gives you the opportunity to applaud. And you hit it right in the head because that's exactly how in Japan that they treat everything. They treat everything.
It's almost like it's scripted.
Dude, it really I kid you not. it's almost as if they hand everyone a script in the audience.
Yeah.
And it's like, you applaud here, here, here. Here's where you gasp, but no applause. And then you clap here and here. It's like,
yeah, because the girl I was dating at the time was Russian, and every time I would get up and make them, I would like go crazy or whatever, laughing or whatever. You can't do that. This is not the right time. You're not American. You got to sit down. And I'm like, well, this damn place sucks. Where's my Kirin Yohai beer?
And it's crazy too, because it's like, and the thing is like, depending on the situation, that warrants their reaction. So if it's something nice, they go, wow, okay, and then clap. If it's amazing, then they'll stand up. So it's like, if you're in Japan, you did something, you got people standing, bro, you just did something phenomenal. Like it's bro, over there, bro, they treat everything
Chris, I'm telling you, it is the weirdest. Out of weird, I mean, I just felt out of place. I felt like God. I don't know what I should do with my hands. I don't know what I should do with my feet.
It probably means more to the players though when they do get that ovation because it's a little more rare than it is like over here.
Yeah, man, listen, I want to hear the fans giving the players a hard time. I want to hear a lot of you sucks. No, none of that. Quiet, sit there, keep it one, and then maybe you can eat your peanuts and maybe you're a little chew high, but don't make a lot of noise, damn it, or that's
high chew. It's not chew high, it's high chew.
High chew high, whatever. I'll tell you one damn thing. That little dispenser didn't give a damn. All I cared about is my money going in there. He give me whatever I wanted.
You're right. You are right.
I'll tell you what, Pride, there was nothing better than a young 20-year-old walking around with a mini keg that he just bought out of the vending machine.
You were 20 at one point? When was that?
Yeah, man. Hey, it was a long time ago. But yeah, man.
And a galaxy far away. I get it.
Right, I'm telling. Listen, that thing was like this, and it was like this, and it had a big spout on it, and you got this big handle, and you're just like 20 years old. You're like, man, by the time I get done with this, I'm gonna be so fucked up.
How big was the damn vending machine?
Oh no, the vending machine was huge. No, it was. Hey, and I'm telling. Hey.
Yo, Chris, with those measurements, Chris, he put the money in, and then instead of pushing the button, he just opened the thing. Like, he just opened the front of the vending machine and then just took what he wanted. Because, like, with that size, bro.
Hey, listen. I said, man, they give you a pour spout and everything. I'm like, I love this country.
Do they even have concession stands? Is it all vending machines?
No, they have concession stands there. Yeah. No. What I got this was out on the streets. Leading up to the train station. They're all over the freaking place.
Were you allowed to could you take it in with you?
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. They didn't care about me. I care. Hey, look, man. Hey, I look like Hacksaw Jim Duggan with the 2x4, except my 2x4 was beer.
That's funny.
No, man, hey, I tell you, it was a good time. If you ever want to have a good time and you want to go see some good baseball, Japan really is a great country to go to. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of tradition, but you can have a good time there for sure. But I will tell you, Pride, that country is not cheap. Oh my God. Bro.
It is not. You think United States is going to have enough pitching tonight to pull it off?
Well, I've always thought Japan was going to win it all. I always thought, now the fandom in me was pulling also for Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, right? Because, that was just the fandom in me, right? But overall, I honestly thought Japan, where I was wrong is I thought Japan was going to steamroll over everybody. That's right. That's where I was wrong. I genuinely thought Japan was just going to be like, all right, tournament mode, activate. And then, like, they're going to just average 11, 12 runs, right? And that's a stupid idea on my part because, no, that's unfeasible. But I genuinely thought they were going to run over everyone, and I do think that the Mexico game kind of put a little bit of a chink in the mystique that is Japan because nobody expected Japan to be down against Mexico outside of the Mexican fan base, right? Like outside of the Mexico fans, I don't think anyone expected them to be down. I didn't at all, right? And I think there's a little bit of a chink in the armor. So if there's any way, like if this is the best opportunity for Team USA to do it, but like I told Jay, I think like what did I say, 5-1, 5-2?
Yeah, 5-2.
Yeah, that's how I got Japan winning it.
Yeah, I think I hate to say it, but I kind of feel the same. I told Dustin earlier when we was doing the baseball show, I think the United States is going to have to score at least 6 runs to have a chance.
Yeah. Yes, and Jay said he said you had what, 6-7 runs for Japan?
Man, I was telling Pride, I was like, that was kind of conservative. I was telling with the amount of hitters and stuff that they got, I was thinking more like around 7 or 8 runs that Japan. I mean, because think about it, Mexico put up what, 12 runs on the U.S. I mean, depending on what version of the U.S. team we get, especially with the pitching being the way it is, I'm telling you, 7-8 runs is very, very. I would say I think 7-8 to 2. So I'm gonna say 8-2. I think Pride said 5-2. I'm gonna say probably 8-2.
You're 8-2? Yeah, I mean, I and the thing is that because and then Chris, I was saying this earlier. I don't want anyone thinking that I'm just hating on Team USA because offensively, I think they're studs. I really do. But we've seen this before where even if your offense is a stud, if offensively you're looking at your pitching and your pitching can't strike out a wooden bat alone up at the plate, let alone someone holding it, you kind of just go, bro, let's just get this over with. Yep. You know, you kind of have to get that feeling a little bit. And I genuinely believe that's the feeling that they're going to get a little bit. Come the 6th, 7th inning, I think you're going to start seeing Mookie Betts staring into space, kind of, you know, wishing he was somewhere else. You know what I mean? Mike Trout was probably getting early throwback shots. Like, you know, I don't know, man. It's just I'm not trying to hate anything. And I don't know if you heard, but I did apologize because I didn't think Team USA would be here because of the pitching. The pitching did kind of step up a little bit, you know. So I do want to give them some credit, right? I don't want to completely.
No, they've had a good tournament. You know, I just think with the way Japan's pitching was already deeper, but now they're set up better going into this game. And
correct me if I'm wrong, I was telling him earlier, Gonzo, I believe they get 90 pitches. The starter could go 90 pitches, correct?
I think it's either 85 or 90.
I want to say it's 90, but hey, and this guy, like we were talking about earlier, he could pitch 102 miles an hour all the way into the 8th inning. So they're going to have their hands. That flamethrower guy that Dustin was talking about yesterday, we were talking about it on.
He pitched last night.
Was it last night that he pitched?
He pitched today.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Well, the kid who's pitching is a young kid. It begins with an R.
Yeah.
He's a young kid.
Shoto and Maga is who they're going to start tonight.
Oh, no, the young cat thing about was the one that was yesterday. Yeah, he was a flavor. Yeah. There's and the thing is you can have Ohtani come in.
Yeah, their plan is they're going to start Amaga, and then they're going to bring in Darvish and Ohtani.
Yep,
is what I was reading earlier.
That's the plan, depending on how things are going.
Yeah.
And on top of that too, you really only legitimately need Yu Darvish for an inning.
Yep.
To be honest, you only really need to give Yu Darvish an inning just so Ohtani can get properly warmed up. That's really it.
Yeah.
And as long as Yu Darvish doesn't fumble it badly, which I don't think, I'm looking at who he's pitching, man. Respectfully,
bro,
I wouldn't even put Yu Darvish in respectfully. Respectfully, I'm not putting in Yu Darvish.
I'm kind of surprised they're not starting Ohtani.
I mean, yes and no. I get why, but you got to remember, if you can't pitch a complete game, the final image I want, if I'm Japan, is my ace, the man who Chris, you watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
You watch. I want my Hiroshi Tanahashi, my Kazuchika Okada. That's who I want. I want that man on the mound, striking out whoever. And I want to see the pure emotion on this man's face when he's screaming yes, have the camera zoom in on him. And have the man just scream yes, and then immediately stop and shake someone's hand. If that is not the visual I do not get. I need Ohtani to scream and then go back to his boring face and shake the umpire's hand. I don't care who you shake. Shake someone's hand. Shake a baby's hand. Go to the crowd and shake a random person's hand. Shake a microphone for all I care. Go to the camera. I don't care. But to see this kid who is becoming the face, not just of Japan, but of Major League Baseball, he's going to be the last face you want to see from Japan. 110%. He's the last face you want to see from Japan.
And Japan already has the better pitching staff, and in the United States, we're not even set up good with our pitching staff going into this game because Lynn's not available, Wainwright's not available. So
every basic virtually. We have only 4 available pitchers.
I think so, something like that.
Someone fact check. I think like 4 or 5.
God.
And of them, they're the ones we don't really, frankly, respectfully, we don't even want to use. Let's be honest. We have to use them right now because we have no choice. That's why I was confused when USA played when USA played Cuba. I was confused when they put Adam Wainwright on the mound.
Yeah.
I was like, why would you do that? Like, that's kind of. I mean, I kind of a little bit understood because it's like if you don't win this game, it won't matter. He won't be available for next game anyway. But it's like, okay, you got through that. Now who you got? Oh, nobody? LOL. Wild, bro.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least. Tonight will be interesting, I should say. And then, well, I tell you what, though, if USA was to pull it out, holy shit!
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If USA can pull it off, bro, I'll be 110% honest with you, bro. If they do, I don't even know what I'll do. I don't even know what I'll do. Let me see how they pull it off.
Seriously, to pull it off with that.
Because the thing, if they pull it off if it's a high scoring game, okay, that's kind of believable, right? Because Team USA's pitching is suspect, but the bats are solid, right? You got guys like Nolan Arenado, Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, like come on, bro. Like Tim Anderson. There's no, this is a team that in a game could score 12 runs. So something if they win like 12-10, something like that, okay, I believe it. I would be shocked if Team USA wins like 2-1, 3-2, 1-0 type of thing. Keep it a low scoring affair. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh man, I'm gonna have to actually write apologies. I might actually have to pen them out. Swear to God, I might have to because like
USA to win, they're gonna have to. They need to jump out to a lead early.
Yes, I'm talking about like 5 runs. Chris, let me know if I'm too high, too low, if I'm just right. By the 3rd inning, they need 5 runs.
That's what I think. 5-6 runs by like the 3rd, and then try to hold on.
Right, and do that, and then after that, just kind of after I get the 5th run, by the 6th inning, I'm playing small ball. I'm talking about I'm more worried about slapping some infield hits, running out, just little league baseball. That's what I honestly would do. Not even really. I mean, if I could score, great. But my main purpose would be for them to start pulling pitchers. Because once if they go 4 pitchers deep in this game, Japan's gonna be in trouble.
That's why I think you need like 5 by the 3rd, because then their starter will be out.
Right.
You'll be getting the Darvish or Ohtani early, and then if you can get the Ohtani early, that's what you want.
That's what I'm saying. If you can get Ohtani by the 4th or 5th inning, that's honestly the most ideal thing for Team USA, because you knocked out their pitcher, and again, and I'm being honest here. If I'm Japan, I do not put in Darvish. I avoid that at all costs.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely avoiding you, Darvish.
If you put Darvish in front of Mike Trout, Tim Anderson, Mookie Betts, respectfully, Darvish is retiring from baseball.
Respectfully, Trey Turner would redesign everything.
110%.
It is the matchup I'd like to see is Ohtani versus Trout, just because we know.
Yeah. Because nobody knows Ohtani better than Trout.
That'd be great.
Plus, that'd be huge bragging rights in the clubhouse that same season.
I feel like they probably done it before, like in practice. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Mike, because I don't even think it's been ill-willed. I'm pretty sure like Mike Trout gives me the vibes of like kind of want to play. Like you guys watch anime, right?
Right.
He gives me Goku from Dragon Ball Z vibes, where he looks at somebody and he goes, huh, you're very, 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 very good. Let's see who's better. Come on. That's the kind of vibes I get from Mike Trout. Like, no hatred, no anger, no I'm going to beat the bricks off you, none of that. He just looks at you and goes, oh, wait, everyone says you're great? All right. Come on.
So you're saying at the end of at the end of Rocky 3, where they're going to the thing and they want to find out who really is the best. They're having that Rocky.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's Rocky and Apollo Creed, and they're in the gym and they have their private thing. There's no hatred, no ill will. It's just like, let's just see who's really better. I'm pretty sure Trout and Ohtani have done that before. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that they've done that before, where they've just kind of looked at each other, stayed late to practice, and Ohtani was just like, I'm gonna throw 100 miles per hour at you, and I'm pretty sure Mike Trout said okay, and I'm sending it back 105. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that's happened. I'm convinced.
I'll guarantee you at batting practice, Trout's looked at him before and said, bring it. Let's see what you have.
Right. Like I like this is just me, bro, because like I've always felt like when you look at a great pitcher and great batter, most of the time they like each other, right? Because like I always feel like there's no hatred, no nothing.
They have a respect for each other.
Right. Especially when you're the best batter and the best pitcher.
Of course.
I feel like you got that respect for each other. But when the more respect you have from somebody, it's the curiosity that creeps in. Like, I know he's great. I'm great too. Wouldn't it be fun? And again, it's in practice too. So it's not like you have to go up against someone and like, you know, it's not like there's like real game stakes on the line when, you know, when they do it in practice. Because it's like, now I get to see who's better. You know what I mean? So Ohtani versus Trout, even though this is the first time we will see it, I think they've done it before. And if I had to take a guess, believe it or not, I would think they're like Mike Trout is probably as close to 500 as you could possibly get. Because of how great he is, and he's been there to watch kind of his hitches and everything. I'm pretty sure that you'll see something like, let's say Mike Trout hits a single, Ohtani will probably clap for him and go, okay. And you know, and I think they'll laugh. I don't. Usually, there's times where some people think like in a quote unquote exhibition like this, that a guy will get a hit off a teammate and they'll hate each other forever. Nah, I'm pretty sure Ohtani's gonna look at Trout and go, "Hey, yo, right down the middle, 101. This is coming at you." And I'm pretty sure Mike Trout's gonna say 105 back to you, fuck, pitch it. And I'm pretty sure that's not it. They're just gonna keep on going back and forth. That'll be Chris. Imagine that. Oh, what a fever dream! What a fever dream! What a fever dream! I would love to see that.
Switching over real quick to a little bit of college football. I see where they were talking about Jalen Carter most likely sliding down to what, number 6 Detroit. Do you think that happens where he gets paired opposite of Aiden Hutchinson?
I'll be honest. Me personally, the most ideal place for him would have been Detroit.
Yeah.
You got a young team. You got a real young team. Building up a great culture. Opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, I think that would be the best place for him. Because now
I wouldn't even want to face man that fucking defense. Because now they picked up Sutton, the pair opposite of Okuda.
Right.
And they just brought in Garner Johnson to play the safety role over there. Oh my god!
So now they're starting to bolster themselves up a lot. This will be. Remember how people had always had that question? What if when the Houston Texans got Jadeveon Clowney, what if they got him and J.J. Watt was younger?
Oh yeah.
This is what it is. This is what it is. This is what it could possibly be. Because now you got
the super freak that he was, though, and he's not still, I guess, a little bit of a freak, but he lost, man. He just never really, when he first came into the league with the Texans, man, right when he got that first injury, I had bad feelings, man. And I think Jadeveon Clowney just never lived up to what he should have been. You know what I mean?
For me, what it was with Jadeveon Clowney, and Chris, let me know if I'm wrong. I think he got injured, came back, and again, you still need time to learn the game and be able to actually play in the big leagues. But when he came back, J.J. Watt would get injured, And then when J.J. Watt would get injured, he's getting double teamed. So he felt like he couldn't do anything. Then he would get injured, and then J.J. Watt would come back. And then J.J. Watt would get injured, and Jadeveon Clowney. Like, they didn't really have
they
those
never
many
ever
games
could be on
together.
the same page.
And I genuinely feel like had J.J. Watt been able to stay a little more healthier, I don't think Jadeveon Clowney gets injured as much as he did. Because you got to remember, there are times Jadeveon Clowney's getting triple teamed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the problem with J.J. Watt was I felt like the Texans, they put too much weight on him, like physical weight. Like you saw J.J. Watt when he first came to the Texans and those first couple of seasons, he was a big guy, but man, by the time, he got where he started having all those injuries, he was a hell of a lot bigger. Like I think they put too much muscle mass on that frame, and I think that just destroyed J.J.
Well, no, I think the other big problem with JJ is like Clowney not being healthy. So the guys they try to.
Well, I mean, both of those are issues, but I definitely think that they put too much on that frame.
What I'm saying is, I think JJ was just trying to do too much because of guys being injured and stuff. They never could put people around him on defense, so he would try to do too much, and then he would end up injured.
Well, I think the thing is, honestly, I mean,
I was about to say, Jay, you and Chris's point actually goes hand in hand because remember, for the longest time. He really, in terms of that front line, he was the dude.
Oh, yeah.
So it probably was a situation.
He was so much the dude. They're sitting there put him on offense and telling JJ, yo, go be a tight end or something.
Right. And so there probably was times where he felt like, I got to get bigger because I'm looking around and the little help I do occasionally get goes down. So now, to Chris's point, he probably feels like, now I got to do way more, which again falls to your point, Jay, a little bit too, where he's probably thinking, okay, fine. I'm going to put my body in a shape where you can put me anywhere on that line. So if anybody goes down, you can just put me right there. And he's got some solid speed and solid footwork where if you need to, you could put him at linebacker for a couple plays.
Right. They were doing like what they're trying to do in Michael Parsons, where they're trying to make JJ a hybrid, but also a damn offensive weapon as well. I mean,
which JJ was able to do. But the problem was the defensive line would get so ravaged, he couldn't really shine and show himself as that hybrid that basically created the path for a Micah Parsons to be able to do what he does and people take him seriously. Because if it wasn't for J.J. Watt and Micah Parsons comes into the league, no one's taking him serious like that. Even though the kid is a stud, let's not get it twisted.
And your
kid
point
is a stud, but
with him putting on that weight, I think a lot of that had to do with all the injuries because when you're injured, what can you do? You're working out. You're trying to rehabilitate. So all he was doing was working out, trying to put on more muscle.
I would like to see instead of lifting the weights,
and some of them injuries,
whatever cardio it is you can do, whether it be bike or whatever.
Well, and I was going to say, and with some injuries, you can't do a lot of cardio,
or even swimming. You can do swimming though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like if it's a leg injury and you're not being as active, you're going to put on weight, and then you got to try to lose that weight. So, I see your point as well. I think it's like Pride says, a combination of both.
I tell you, man, I just felt like when you look at Clowney and Watt, man, that could have been one hell of a situation had they. The
Lions are looking tough because what was their biggest problem last year? Their defense was terrible.
And I tell you right now, this defensive team this year is going to look incredible. Honestly, they're going to be incredible. And the thing about it is, I see that North Division really rising up because now with what Chicago's done via free agency and all the draft picks that they have. If they mold that team right, those teams are going to be, ferocious going at it.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that Jared Goff deserves respect?
I don't know.
Thank you.
I've been here all week. I definitely don't think he's a bust or anything like that. I definitely think he's up and. I think I'd probably put Jared Goff as up and coming. I would label him as up and coming.
You're so.
And they're putting him around him, right?
I think some people owe Jared Goff some apologies.
Thank you, and I was screaming. See,
people called him straight. People were saying he was straight garbage.
This is why I tell people.
I don't think he's garbage. I just think he's up and coming. I think he still has a lot more of his potential yet to really develop and continue.
Here's the thing, Chris. Right? I remember this. Right? When he first got traded to Detroit, everyone was killing him. I said, if you really look at the situation, he's doing the best he can. No, he's trash. I said, okay, you name me another quarterback you could put in that situation and they'll be fine. No one wanted to say nothing.
They were killing Jared Goff though after his Super Bowl appearance with L.A.
No, but I'm saying
I mean, they were killing Jared Goff for a hot minute.
No, but what I'm saying is where it started reaching a fever pitch was when he got traded to Detroit. That first year in Detroit, that's when it became a fever pitch. And I'm like, hold on, time out. The guy he was replacing was basically doing the same thing.
Right.
So you can't sit here and all of a sudden flip the script. And I'm like, look, you give him a few weapons, watch what my guy Jared Goat can do. Big Daddy Golf. That's what I call him. Swear to God, got him on my phone like that. Big Daddy Golf. That's what I call him. That's what I call him. You feel me? Straight up. You feel
I
me?
never said the Cowboys are afraid to face the Lions, but I ain't stupid. Everybody knows the Lions got a good team. I mean,
because Jay, Chris, did you know what his real name was back in the? Did you know what his real name was?
Wait, who we talking about? Frankie or who?
Jared. No, Jared.
Oh, Jared Goff. No,
his real first name was, or his last name was really Jared Golf, Golf. That was his last. But guess what? My man take no L's. He don't know what an L is, so we just changed it to an F. That's what it was. That's what it was with my man Jared Goff. Feel me? Not a single man. He didn't know what L was. I asked him, how many letters are there in the alphabet? He said 25. Like it was a SpongeBob. I started giggling. I said, wait a minute, what? It don't make sense. I started saying that L. He said, what?
If you look at his numbers last year with Detroit, they're not too far off what Stafford was doing in Detroit.
No, it wasn't, and that's why I kept telling people. Now, granted, I'm not going to sit here and pretend Jared Goff is going to be the greatest thing ever. But I always thought I put him in the situation. If you put him in a good situation with a coach that believes in him, the kid can give you wins. He can bring you somewhere. He really could.
Well, I mean, think about it like this. I mean, he had to be good because he did. At the end of the day, he did get the Rams to a Super Bowl. So you're not a shitty quarterback if you put your team in a Super Bowl appearance. Even if you don't win, I mean, we kind of had to know.
It's a bad quarterbacks make it to the Super Bowl, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, Eli Manning.
You know what I'm saying, though.
You gotta remember, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
Trent Dilfer wasn't a shitty quarterback. He was just a good game manager.
He was a horrible quarterback.
He
was horrible.
Hey, hold on. Don't be murdering me. I'm not saying
we call quarterbacks game managers when they're terrible.
I mean, look, I'm not saying the guy's Hall of Fame material, but still, you still gotta be able to place the ball and hand off and do all the right things. I mean, he's not like garbage.
He was horrible. Horrible.
He handed the ball off and went and stood on the sideline and watched the defense win the game.
And it came.
Did he turn the ball over when he did hand it off?
You can't turn the ball over when you're never throwing.
But did he die?
No, he's still alive and kicking. So you got me there. He ain't dead yet. So you got me there. You got me there.
And Frankie, to answer your question, I like the Isaiah McKenzie pickup for the Colts.
Yo, Chris, quarterback. Who you want?
Oh man,
who do you want?
I think what they're going to do, and I kind of like this plan now that since they brought in Minshew, I think they're going to draft like Hooker or somebody like that in the second round.
Okay. Oh, so you think second round?
Yeah, I don't think they're going. I don't think they're going to take anybody. I don't think they're going to take a quarterback at 4 since they brought in Minshew.
No, I mean, so here's what I thought they were going to do. Ow! What?
But no, I have been hearing that they're going to. I've seen people think they're going to move up. They're going to trade up to 3 to get Levis. Why would you move up to get Levis?
I mean, first of all, why would you move up? Period.
Yeah.
I mean,
why would you move up to 3 unless Arizona was already planning to trade out of the 3? Because Arizona's going defense.
Right.
So and that's another thing. I'd either stay where I'm at or move back.
Because my thing is, here's my thing, right? It's what? Carolina at 1. Who's at 2? Houston at 2.
Yeah, Houston's at 2. Carolina or Arizona's at 3, and then Colts are at 4.
So it comes down to, okay, you're going to lose 2 quarterbacks. Fine. You still got another 3 you can pick from. So I'm not really moving because again, Arizona's not going to get a quarterback. They're I think Jay, you were the one who said it. They're going to go defense. I think either you or Chris said it. I'm pretty sure at one point you both said it. But they're going to go defense. So it's kind of a situation is it'll be dumb for you to move up to 3
Yeah.
When if you're going to be honest, if you're at 4, the same quarterbacks are going to be available.
Right.
And let's say worst case scenario, let's say worst case scenario, Arizona decides to flip the script and they decide to go, okay, let's go get a quarterback. You still got what 3 more you can pick from? So
Yeah, because Richardson will probably go to Carolina because Detroit's not going to take one at 9, and I don't think the Eagles are going to take one at 5. So I think somewhere in there, I think that Carolina winds up with Richardson.
So that's kind of like
you think Carolina? You think Carolina's going to take?
Yeah, I think Carolina takes Richardson.
You think they're going to take Richardson at number 1?
Oh, that's right. Carolina's got the number 1 pick, right? Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
I was about to say. I
forgot Carolina had 1 spot.
I think Bryce and Stroud go. I think they're the ones who go first. Like Bryce and Stroud. After that, who really knows what's gonna happen, bro? Because
I don't know,
bro.
I'm kind of worried the Colts might take Richardson at 4.
That kid's a freak athlete.
Yeah, but what worries me is this completion percentage of only 53%.
Well, but that's where if you get a good developing coordinator or a good developing quarterback coach come in there that can develop his game. I mean, that's the risk you take with Richardson. But at the same time, you can improve that if you don't have to put him right there in the spotlight.
Sometimes you can improve that. We've seen guys be able to improve.
I mean, sometimes, yeah. I mean, there's no guarantee on that, right? I mean,
we've seen guys be able to improve their accuracy, and we've also seen guys not be able to. There's a risk and reward. I mean, I think if he pans out to be what his ability is, he could be, I think, real good. But there's also a risk that he could be a bust, especially if you. I just think you're reaching taking him at 4. I think he's a guy that's a little bit of a project that you should take a little bit later in the first round.
I mean, yeah, but the Colts where you guys are at now, you guys are able to be in a position where you can, do that, where you can have like a project guy, because you can have Gardner Minshew, right? Let him be the starter for the season. Then you can look at Anthony Richardson and go, okay, let's see, how did you improve? How did you do? Are we comfortable? Are we comfortable with you? Are we not? What's the move? How do we go from here, et cetera, et cetera? You guys do have time. I do agree though that at 4 it is kind of a reach, but here's kind of the reality of the situation. Outside of Stroud and Bryce Young, there is some level of reach.
Yep. I'd rather move back, take a guy like Hooker, and then if you have another terrible season this year with Minshew, next year I like the quarterbacks coming out in the draft better with Williams and Drake May.
GBO.
I mean, that's another thing though too. I mean, you can do that too, because the next year isn't really gonna be that bad. So that's actually another option too that you guys have, where you don't necessarily have to panic and make a move this year. You guys can kind of just be like, okay, cool. But even then, who would you get with the 4th pick though? What would you do with it then?
If you're this year, I would trade back.
You would trade
back. I'd trade back or get an offensive lineman.
I don't know about trading back.
Well, if you're who again?
I'm a Colts.
If you're the Colts, I mean, if you don't want to quarterback this draft, and you want to try to start next year's draft, I guess you go. You can probably take that Skronsky guy out of Northwestern or a Paris Hill or whatever.
Take offensive lineman or move back later in the first round and then take a
I don't know if I move back. I think I just take I take Skronsky out of Northwestern at number 4.
I would not take him at number 4.
Of course you wouldn't. You're Chicago.
You're wanting them at number 9.
That really is the biggest need for the Colts though, is that offensive line.
It really is. So I mean, here's my thing.
You could move back, but then if you move back, you do run the risk of somebody else taking him, and then you're stuck with Paris Johnson, which is not a bad one either. But man, you really need the best you can get at that 4 or 5 spot.
Desperately, if we're gonna be
I
honest.
would take Jalen Carter or Tyree Wilson.
I think Carter's going to wind up going to Detroit, though.
And I know around here in Indy, you're hearing a lot of rumors that the Colts are going to make an offer sheet to Lamar Jackson.
I mean, yeah, sure, they'll
Yeah.
offer it to him, but who cares?
Who? Hot take.
Respectfully.
Tell him
I
Pride.
mean, not.
Tell him Pride.
No. This is not a hot take. This is real life. Like,
Tell him
yeah,
Pride.
they're gonna offer him, and guess what they're gonna offer him? The same thing that the Ravens did.
Yep.
Tell him
Like,
Pride.
come on, like if we're gonna have a conversation, let's have a conversation. If no one's ready for reality, then no.
Oh,
Because here's the weird part about it. No. Because
I ain't hating. I just love when
Here's the
Pride
weird
says,
part,
"Pride
ready?
takes him on a trip." Listen to this,
The
Jay.
same
Look how he's about to
people,
take
think
him on
about
a
this.
trip.
The same people who tell me that running backs are no longer a commodity want Lamar Jackson on their team. Do with that information as you will. I'm out here shooting hoops, my guy. I'm just shooting hoops right now, bro. Like, mathematically, that make no sense, bro. Like, come on now. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What nonsense are we doing here?
And that's why the Ravens done the non-exclusive tag, because they knew nobody was going to come in and make him the $260 million guaranteed offer.
Like, come on. Respectfully. Come on.
So like, hey, we'll do non-exclusive. We'll let you see what the market is for you, and you see how many teams are knocking on his door so far.
They said, "I dare you."
Hey, there are reports that they said last year that Lamar Jackson lost $100 million. I guess in terms of value in that contract. Do you think that by playing last year the way he played, that it really hurt his chances to get the contract that he's really trying to?
I think he played very well last year. I think the part that killed him was he missed so many games.
That's what I'm saying. Availability, right?
Yeah, I mean, his game was like, and even Pride and I talked about it. He was actually throwing the ball. He was actually scoring touchdowns with his arm, and he started to look like a legitimate quarterback. And then you missed 10 games, and
as soon as he started, he would get down with an injury.
Yeah,
and that's the other thing. Like, if I can't get you, like, think about it. If I cannot get you to play at least what? Actually, no, you're the quarterback. You're a protected position. If you can't put a full season, I need you out of here. I'm not going to say
what do you say? Well, if they put him on the tag, well, they already did put him on the tag. If they don't give him the contract, now he's going to sit out the season. So what's he going to sit out this season too? And then try to come back next season? And people are going to be like, well, he's been out. He hasn't played in over a year and 5 games, 5 weeks.
But my pushback to that is I don't want to hear it because of what Cleveland did. And Cleveland changed the entire market because they idiotically – they did, though. They did, though.
They didn't.
But they did, though.
No, they didn't.
You gave the highest paid contract guaranteed in NFL history to a guy who didn't play in 2 years with 26 women going after him in court. They fucked the whole market, and that's why there's a situation with Lamar right now.
No, it's not. You want to know why? Because Lamar was saying he wanted this money before Deshaun Watson. When Deshaun Watson was still a Texan, he was talking about this.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a beat out here. So
100%.
So
Deshaun
Watson didn't do anything.
What's the difference between now and then? Is now he has they gave this to Deshaun. Before it sounded like Lamar, you're asking for too much, bro. We're not doing that. Nobody else is doing that. You look at Russell Wilson, you look at Aaron Rodgers, you look at
Prime was right because he's on his second tag, so he's been doing this for a hot minute.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You can't sit here and use that as the excuse when he's been saying the same numbers since before Deshaun Watson got traded.
Are you sure? I thought it was his second.
Oh, it's his first franchise.
No, this is his first franchise tag.
Yeah.
He's been talking about this for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, he was talking about this before Deshaun Watson got traded. So you can't sit here and say that the Deshaun Watson trade is the reason why that shaped anything. No, because he was still saying this back then.
Right, what I'm trying to tell you is I'm not saying that was the idea where Lamar was like, oh, well, I want this. But what I'm saying is that solidifies his argument in saying, well, if they're paying this guy this, and he didn't play in 2 years, and this allegations were going on, and Aaron Rodgers is 39 making how much money he's going to make, and Russell Wilson's out here just throwing the ball to the other team, and he's making guaranteed money. Why can't I? I think now he just has.
Well, I think, but he got his contract though before they levied out that full year suspension too.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing. He wanted all guaranteed. You name me which one of those contracts that is fully guaranteed. There's only one of them fully guaranteed. There's only one. Yeah. That's the Deshaun Watson thing.
And
now they're restructuring that
this year.
Yeah, exactly. So it comes down to a situation where.
No, I don't want to hear. Hold on, I don't want to hear nothing about that because next year and the next 3 years, Deshaun Watson's making $60 million a year. Cleveland's fucking stupid.
Yeah, Cleveland's stupid.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
$60 million a year.
But here's why
for a guy like Deshaun Watson, who let's hold on. Let's be fair.
Okay, wait. Before you go.
Go ahead.
You're about to say some positives? and I want to hear the negatives right after. I want that energy. I want that energy reciprocated.
No, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Like, it's a don't get it twisted.
For
I'm not
every
gonna say
touchdown is an inappropriate rubbing.
Okay, and for every time Patrick Mahomes touches the ball, his brother's doing something stupid that everyone yells at Patrick.
But that has nothing to do with Patrick.
But yeah, I still yell at him for it. All right, so as I was saying, you got to remember, before he was suspended, Deshaun Watson was arguably on the same pedestal as Patrick Mahomes.
100%.
So I'm just saying, put that in context. Now, whether or not he can revert to that form, who knows? Is it a risk? 110%. Because for all we know, Deshaun Watson could never get up there again. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Deshaun Watson could automatically make it up there. Right. It is a risk, yes. But Deshaun Watson showed you, based on my play, I'm in the conversation for the best, without a doubt, the best quarterback in the entire league.
Right.
Lamar struggling to make conversation with the best running back.
Saying is true. Fuck the Cowboys. You're pissing me off. Who gives a damn about Ronald freaking Jones?
But wait, so pride. But like, here's like, and you know, I'm not like the biggest Lamar guy, but like, I'm just it from his perspective, especially not having an agent. It's really hard to have a conversation with someone who doesn't have an agent because it's really just me versus you. I think it's one of those conversations where, you know, and like I said, let's not even talk about the sexual assault stuff with Deshaun and everything else, but when you compare it and you go, okay, well, listen, I've won a playoff game. I've won an MVP. I've won division titles. Deshaun's never done any of that, and they still paid him.
Excuse me, what, Bart? Deshaun he's won a playoff game.
Has he won a playoff game?
Yes.
I don't think he's won a playoff game.
He's got a division title to his name.
What year is this?
It was the year they won 12-4. I think it was like the second last year that he had D-Hop.
Nah, no way.
Someone fact check me. Because now I'm saying it out loud. I'm not 100% sure. Someone fact check me. Yeah, fact check me. Make sure I ain't bugging now.
Hey, I ain't saying you bugging. I'm just saying I don't remember.
No, because I could be tripping. You feel me?
I'm tripping, all right.
I could be tripping, bro. I've been drinking a lot, bro, so I'm off it right now. I'm probably still drunk right now.
Hey, Pride said I'm off the reservation. We're good.
Bro, I'm going to keep it a beat on here, bro. I'm probably still drunk from 2 days ago. I ain't even going to lie here. I ain't fibbing out here. So, Chris.
Deshaun Watson is 1-2 in the playoffs.
Okay, so yeah, he does it.
No, it says okay, so 2018 he went 11-5, lost in the wild card, and then he went 10-6 in 2019, lost in the divisional round. So he don't gotta win.
Right here it says he's 1-2 in the playoffs in his career. Let me see where it says he won that.
So then he never won the division then.
No.
So because of the so he's 1-2.
He must have won the wild card, no? But that doesn't make sense because that would have been 3 games then.
No. He's 1-2 because
he played in the AFC, or he won in 2020. They're saying it says AFC wild card 1-4 2020, then AFC divisional.
It says they went 4-12 in 2020.
No. It was no. You had it. It was the year that they won the wild card and then played the Chiefs and sold. That's the year I'm talking about.
Man, bro.
They had won a game. They won the wild card, and everyone was thinking, "Oh yeah, this is the year that Houston could do something with the Chiefs." They was up like 28-0. I think going into the half, and then they sold the second half.
Facts. All I'm saying is like you look at it from Lamar's perspective, and I get it because it's like you've never had a losing season. You're always in the playoffs. You've won an MVP, and you see guys who have done a little bit less getting these guaranteed deals, and it's like. I don't know.
Okay,
I get it. You know what I mean?
So here's my rebuttal. Here's my rebuttal to that. Here's my rebuttal. Because if Lamar wants to look at it this way, I'm not going to look at guys who've done more than him and unfortunately is getting paid less. Imagine if I started doing that.
100%. But the thing I think that's different is their contracts are already set. You know what I mean? Like if those guys were free agents right now, like Aaron Rodgers is a perfect example. He's about to get a bag from New York, whatever that bag may be, it's going to be a bag. And I think that's something right now, you know, you look at a guy like Kirk Cousins or someone else along those lines, and it's like, well, yeah, you got decent money, but if you were a free agent right now, you'd probably make a shit ton more. And it's just because he's available. You know, let's say.
Why is that? Here's my question. Why is everybody saying that Lamar's getting done wrong because the Ravens won't give him that contract, but nobody was saying that about Kirk Cousins when he got franchise tagged twice by Washington, and they wouldn't give him.
Well, let's be honest. At the time, at the time, you know how Russ was doing this cowboy country let's ride thing, and he was just like the power positivity, that whole thing. Let's be honest, bro. That joint gets annoying after a while. Kirk Cousins was doing that. You feel me?
Kirk Cousins was on that. You like that?
I rock with Kirk Cousins now because I stopped Kirk. That's my boy. Right, put the picture up. Put the picture up.
I gotta go find it.
Put the picture up. Put the picture up.
I gotta find it.
Hurry up. Nah, this show is not going on until I see it. This show is not moving on until I see it.
All right.
Go on.
I'm trying, bro.
You selling me out right now. You selling me out right now.
You just kept talking and they would have.
No, I can't. I can't, bro. I can't.
Oh, the images aren't loading.
No, I'm depressed. Mike is selling me up. Wow, Mike.
No, I'm not.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Hughes at the Shy Kid is selling out right now.
And I also think Baltimore is saying, hey, just because other people gave full guaranteed contracts, we're not going to make that. We think it's a bad contract, and we're not going to make that mistake.
Go play with them then. Go play with them. And now.
I think that's why what Baltimore is saying when it comes to giving Lamar Jackson that guaranteed contract is we're not going to make that same mistake and give you a $260 million guaranteed contract as what Cleveland has done with Deshaun Watson.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing too with in regards to that, like Lamar is now going to other teams. Now name me one of the teams that's giving him what he wanted. They ever come into my TED Talk. Yeah. So you can't sit here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
I stole Kirk. Let's go. See, this picture right here. No lie. This quarterback right here, he's the GOAT. He's the iced out GOAT. That's my quarterback right there. That's my quarterback. Tom who? What, Brady? Nah, bro. Kirk.
Yeah, right. I think that's why Baltimore put him on the non-exclusive tag, was to let him go see that the market for him isn't what he thought it was.
And that really was the best move for them because, like you said, nobody wants to commit that much in draft pick compensation, and then number two, nobody wants to sit there and pay that kind of money for him. They don't believe in that. So the money in the draft picks, I think, is what's going to hurt him. I
actually agree with Jay though to an extent. I think this deal gets done. I think somebody does give him over $200 million if it wasn't for the two first round picks. Like I really do, because you look
I don't think anyone cares.
And it's like, I think they care.
But Mike,
I think it matters.
But Mike, think about this, bro. Think about this. Let's say, because obviously the Dolphins can't do it this year. They can't. And the reason the Dolphins can't do it this year is because they don't got that first round draft pick this year. Right. After this draft, they're able to. A team that's in win now mode, what do those draft picks mean? Nothing. Let's keep it a bean out here.
100%. But they also can't afford Lamar.
Yes, they can.
Not at that price. They can do it a little bit lower.
No, they can afford him. They can afford Lamar. They can afford Lamar. That's why Miami was originally one of the favorites to get Lamar, because they could have afforded it, and at the time, people thought they would have the draft pick.
No, that's what I meant. So right now they could afford it, right? But going into they won't be able to afford it.
Yes, they can. They actually will be able to, because they're giving up the picks. They'll give up the picks. Basically, when they would draft the kid that they would draft with the first round pick, that's what would, if I understood this right, that's what would basically make them not be able to afford Lamar, because of the money you would have to pay the kids that you drafted that you would eventually sign to your contract sign to your team.
If Tua shits the bed or he just gets banged up again, are you trading for Lamar next year?
Chris, was it me and you that had this conversation? One more injury to Tua, you might have to move on. Especially if it's a concussion, I'm moving on. I'm moving on 110%. And if it has to be Lamar, you have if you're Miami, you would have no choice but to grit your teeth and do it. Because at that point, who's gonna be the next best alternative?
Right.
At this point, what, Jameis Winston? You have to trade for Jameis so that way you can get him away from the Saints.
Mitchell Trubisky, baby.
I mean, Mitchell Trubisky is probably like another. Like, think about it. Like those would basically be your only two options. And if you're in a situation where we're just trying to win a couple games here and there, that's it. Those are not bad options.
Hey, bro, what'd you just call me? Oh, Mike White. My fault.
Okay. I mean, look, respectfully, bro. Mike White on a winning team, LOL. Okay, hold that.
Nah, but I'll tell you what right now. I don't know what's gonna happen this season, but I'll bet $50 right now to anybody who wanted that Mike White beats the Jets at least once this year.
No, negative.
I think he does.
Negative. I don't even think he plays against the Jets.
I think if you're playing them twice, you're gonna tell me Tua is healthy for both. I think he plays once.
No. Matter of fact, on the contrary, swear to God, if Tua gets hurt one time, I think they trade him, and as soon as they trade him, whoever they trade him for, they get the start. I don't think Mike White plays a single. He probably plays if Tua gets hurt in the middle of a game and he's in there to finish it out. Sure. If that's against the Jets, okay, fine. But in terms of like starting and playing the full game, no.
He's not rocking with Mike White.
It's not that I'm not rocking with Mike White, but if I'm a winning team, if I'm a team and I feel like we need to make a move, or not really make a move, but we have everything in place and the quarterback is the only thing left. I ain't trusting on Mike White. I'll kill myself if I do that. I'll quit.
Wow.
Swear to God, I'll quit. I'll put myself in that quarterback before I put Mike White.
Wow. I like Mike White.
100%.
I feel like
listen.
Mike White.
I don't know, man. Hey, with those kind of weapons that he has over there in Miami, I think Mike White could do some really good stuff. He was doing good stuff with what he had I thought with the Jets at the time.
No, he wasn't.
I think he's more of a guy.
No, there was a game or two. I mean, I'm not saying long term.
Okay. It was one game. The game after that, they benched Zach Wilson. He went bonkers. You look at my man looks worse than me. Like, and I'm doing that. I'm doing that football.
Bro, I like Mike White.
I mean, you could like him. He got a nice smile with a winning complexion. Cool. But other than that, bro, in terms of football, bro,
I think he's a gap fill quarterback or a backup. I don't think he's a starter.
At best. Yes.
I definitely agree, but I do think he has a solid way of kind of just game managing, and I think that's one thing about Mike White that, to be honest, not a lot of people saw coming, and I think he can definitely get a bag in this league. Not a crazy bag, but like a bag to be a backup, and I think he's a solid backup.
See, now we're having a conversation.
Crider, you actually playing basketball?
I'm hooping right now, baby.
Hell yeah.
I'm hooping, baby.
You didn't hear those bricks?
Cash. I'm a shooter, bro. I'm a shooter. Clay who? What, Curry? Nah, bro, it's about me.
Hey, yo, chill
it's
out.
About me.
Chill out.
Nah, bro. Put me in the league, bro. Clay will get re-hurt. I'll hurt that kid, bro. Cash. I bricked it. I suck.
Four of them things.
Nah, dog.
Four of them things.
I can't stand you. But nah, bro, that's just me, bro. Like, Mike White, I think he's an okay backup. And I ain't gonna take that from him. But if I'm a winning team, if I'm a team that thinks I can legitimately contend for a Super Bowl, I am not putting Mike White behind the wheel.
Right.
100, I am not putting Mike White behind the wheel.
And Jay,
I cannot.
The Cowboys did get Ronald Jones.
Yeah, I know. I was like, fuck.
I mean, hold on. That's not bad.
You got Rod Wave? That's crazy.
I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, think about it. He's a cheaper version of Zeke. He could be your Thunder.
That's true. He is a cheaper version of Zeke.
Right. He'll be your Thunder. Pollard will still be your Lightning. Only difference is Tony Pollard's going to be now definitively your featured back.
Well, hell, but we probably won't see him for what, several games into the season? I don't know if he's going to be ready for training camp, is he?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh no, because his leg was broken. Didn't he have an ankle issue with it as well?
Bro, he messed up the bone, the membrane that's in between the bone, and I don't know what he did with his ankle.
He did everything.
I mean,
that boy leg exploded.
I mean, yes and no. Because here's the thing. Ronald Jones is still a solid.
No, he's not.
He's solid.
No, he's not.
He gives you about 4 yards. He'll give you 3 to 4 yards to carry. I don't know if he's not going to be your,
I'm talking about as your backup.
You know why he don't play?
Yeah, I'm okay with him being the backup, but
I think his problem is, and the one thing I will say that's different between him and Zeke is Ronald can't hold on to the ball, and that's why Ronald doesn't play.
But that's the thing, though, Mike. Him as the backup, as the second option, it'll limit that.
But like to Jay's point, I mean, at least Pollard's gonna miss 9 games, 10 games.
Was he hurt last year, or was it fumbles? Is that why?
You understand? Pollard got hurt in like the very last game of the regular season. He's done.
Bro, you know what this is like? This is like when I sent my wife to the store to get a thing of Dr. Pepper, and she comes back with Dr. K. And you're like, shit.
No. He said, yo.
Dr. K don't taste like
yo, Mike. Yo, Mike. He said, give me some Dr. Pepper. Came back with Nurse Salt. That's what ended up happening. But I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's a solid pick. I mean, what other running backs you got?
Nah, yeah, and I hear you on that. Like, I
So
get
you
it.
kind of have no choice. It's a cheap deal, so you don't really have a choice. So, I mean,
You got a lot of guys you could draft.
I'm not saying Singletary's better, but shit. Would you mean not going after maybe Singletary? If you're going to go after
maybe, but here's the other problem, though. Like, here's the other problem you also got to take. But here's the other problem you got to take into consideration because on top of that, too, defense, the Dallas Cowboys defense needs a whole revamp. Outside of Micah Parsons and now Trayvon Diggs and DeMarcus Lawrence on a few select plays, everyone got to go. And I think you agree with me on this. If I'm going through the draft, I'm going exclusively defense, 110%.
So if you're a Cowboys drafted at 26, would you maybe hope that that Miles Murphy is there out of Clemson?
I'm getting a corner.
I'd probably kill myself first, but yeah, if that was an option and I wasn't able to do that, then I'd probably definitely go defense.
I'll kill myself. I mean, look, I'm going corner because the thing is the problem is like, whoever Trayvon Diggs is covering, now that he's not always risking it, now he's paying attention to coverage and he's improved. Now they're not even worrying about him. So now it's like the number 2 receiver's cooking.
Jones had 17 carries last season for 70 yards, averaged 4.1 yards a carry.
Yeah, I was gonna say they give you between 3 to 4.
The year before, he had 101 attempts for 428 yards and averaged 4.2 yards a carry.
Yeah.
And again, these are backup numbers.
Yep.
No, they are.
Not, and again, they're not bad. So that's what I'm saying. Like
he's averaged 4.4 yards a carry for his career. That's not terrible.
I think what Pride was saying, and I agree with that, Pride, is that we probably get the same production. We just get it at a cheaper price.
Right. And on top of that, too, again, if I'm Dallas, I'm not wasting my pick on an offensive player. I'm not. That's just me. The only offensive player I would honestly probably waste my picking is if one of the quarterbacks accidentally fall to me.
I'd get a quarterback.
If I can get a Justin Fields situation where somehow, by the grace of God, he just lands on my footstep, I'm taking him. Other than that, 110%, I am not going to say.
Yeah, I'm okay with them doing defense. I am. I mean, honestly.
That's the thing. Me personally, I'm not. And I understand the whole running back thing, but again, bro, like, I would rather wait for Tony Pollard to come back. Whether it's week 5, week 15, he misses the whole year, whatever the case may be, I would rather wait for Tony Pollard to come back and give him an opportunity. Because the last thing I want to do is have an Ezekiel Elliott fiasco all over again.
I definitely
got right to Tony Pollard. Then you drafted Tony Pollard. Zeke got all hurt about it. Hasn't been the same since. And now look at you. And then let's say you end up drafting. Right, you drafted back. He excels, and now you're in the whole situation again where, do we trade Tony Pollard? Do we keep him? No, like you'd rather just hold on to Tony Pollard for a few years, milk him for what he's got, and then go from there.
You can get a running back in the 2nd or 3rd round because they're not valued where they're going to go real quick in the 1st round anyway.
Yeah, you're
right.
Sorry, Jay's eyes.
So what?
No, and that's the thing too. Is like we lost Schultz down there to Houston, so now Ferguson is going to have to step up. I never have really seen a big sample size of Ferguson to know how this guy's going to pan out or not pan out. But for some reason, Travis Kelce seems to think that Ferguson's going to be one of the bright few tight ends to come up. So
Travis Kelce's also been drunk every single day for the last 2 months.
And again, that's what I'm saying. I probably take it with a grain of salt.
Factually speaking, right now I'm not.
No, that's what I'm saying. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I take it with a grain of salt. Yeah.
But with all due respect to Travis Kelce, my man can tell me the sky is blue right now. I'm not listening to him because he's as drunk as me right now. 100%, bro. He is drunk as me right now.
100%.
You feel me? Like
Jay,
my man.
I heard Dalton Schultz denied a $33 million deal.
Yeah, that's what I was
United
hearing. A 3-year deal that he turned down.
Good to you.
to go to Houston, Jay. Why?
What did he actually wind up getting going to Houston? Is that what he
Like-
got? 33 mil?
Nah, he got $10 million.
No, the rumor is the Cowboys offered him a 3-year, $33 million deal, and he turned it down.
Yeah.
He got 10 mil for 1 year from Houston.
Wow. So I don't understand why. I honestly couldn't tell you why he would turn down money to go to to go to the Houston Texans. Who knows, man? Fuck. I'm surprised he didn't take 33 million. I thought that was more than fair for him.
He probably thinks he's worth more. Because to be honest, he could go right into Houston and lead the team in receiving yards and touchdowns, and then might be able to renegotiate at the end of the year and get double that.
I mean, that's true, especially since now that they let go of Brandon Cooks. Even though I know they brought in Robert Woods, but that ain't shit. So yeah, you're right. I mean, he probably will be leading the team in receptions.
I'd imagine so. I mean, I don't know though. It depends what they want to do. I don't even know who their quarterback is right now. I think it's still
Looks like it's gonna be Bryce Young. Everybody's saying that Carolina's high strung on Stroud. So
I'm so happy I don't have to deal with this anymore. I'm just chilling at 9. I'm just living, man. Come on, Pride. I'm just hanging out.
Hey, but I was telling, we were saying earlier, man. Hey, you guys are gonna have your hands full with Detroit, though. Shit.
Nah, I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm not worried about it.
Oh no, you're not good or chilling. Well, you are good because your team is going in a much better direction than it was about 4 or 5 months ago. So yeah, I guess you are good.
No, I mean I'm genuinely.
No, you're right. I mean, hey, with all that you hauled in, I mean, damn.
I'm not even trying to sound disrespectful right now. And Pride, I know you're muted, but you can come back at any point and let me know where I'm going. But I'm looking at the Detroit Lions, and I acknowledge the potential. There's a lot of games where they were less than 3 points away from being a playoff team. And I think that's something to take into consideration. But what I also look at is, one, both of their running backs, David Montgomery, who everybody knows, former Bear, never liked him, always broken, always.
You're just hater alert.
I am a hater.
Alert.
I didn't
Hater
want to
alert.
I've made that so clear. And I think I'm one of the only Bears fans that can say that. Everybody else wanted him to come back. I wanted Jamal Williams. That was the only difference.
Oh my God! You want Jamal? I love the Lions, but the Lions is trash. Williams, come on, inconsistency.
Come on.
Chicago Bears love.
You
That's
have
what the Bears love.
DeAndre Swift and David Montgomery, who don't play more than 10 games a year. Then you have the 2 top wide receivers on your team missed over 7 games this year.
Watch your mouth. Okay. All right, who do you have?
I'm not hating.
Justin, I can't throw the ball 2 yards field. Boo.
Why are you hating?
Boo.
Wait, but you're the same.
Boom.
I want consistency. You were the same guy that just said, if we could get a Justin Fields, I would definitely take him if I was Dallas.
No, I say Justin Fields situation where you have a quarterback.
So you're saying Justin Fields is a good player. So you're saying Justin Fields is a good player.
In terms of college, he was okay. My man out here looking like doo-doo in the butt. Get out of here. Boo, boo, boo.
All I'm saying is Detroit's one of those teams where I think they could do very well, but I could also see it just completely shitting the bed because that's what Detroit does.
Oh, yeah, you know that. Oh, so does Chicago. Shut up. Boo. Boo.
Ow.
Boo.
Bro, I don't know where this Detroit dick riding is coming from right now.
Boo, because
it's true, man. It is true, man. I mean, look, just because you got all that help and all this stuff doesn't mean it's going to translate just yet.
And I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying I look at Detroit. I didn't say the Bears were better than the Lions. I said I look at them. I'm not though. I'm just saying. I gotta see it. It's not one of those things you're sitting here going, "Yo, there's no way we can't beat the Lions."
So then don't deep throat freaking DJ Moore going to Chicago. We here, baby. We here. Nah, bro. Gotta wait for you to see it, right?
But that's what I'm telling you. Right? I gotta see that shit. And the only one right now.
Yeah, you're right. That's what Chicago is. Shit.
The only one in the entire division I'm looking at right now, and I'm like, damn, it's still the Vikings to me.
Bro, you're doo-doo. You're doo-doo. They doo-doo.
They not doo-doo.
They doo-doo. Yo, Mike, I didn't tell you what Jared Goff's last name was originally. I didn't tell you what his last name was.
Oh, I forgot you love Jared Goff. That's crazy.
Oh, I'm deep though. He my new Ryan Tannehill. He my new Ryan Tannehill, but he produced results. He's produced results, so I'm able to actually have
Jimmy G's brother.
But you know, bro, he could be his brother. Guess what? Porn star Jimmy, bro, Big Dick Golf. That's what we call him, bro. Big Daddy Golf. That's what I called him, right, Chris? I think I called him that earlier today. But Mike, let me ask you something. Do you know? Let me ask you if you knew. Did you know what Jared Goff's last name was originally?
don't wanna
Did
be
you know
in
what
this
his last name was, bro?
I don't want to be in this conversation.
No, I'm asking you. Did you know? His last name used to be Golf. It used to be Golf, like the sport golf. It used to be
Right.
Jared Golf. But my man is so lit, he don't know what an L is, so we had to change it for him, bro, and call him Golf, bro. I asked him, yo, bro, because I'm stupid. I asked him, yo, can you send the alphabet for me? He'll give me 25 letters. I said, bro, you bugging? I try to go back. He missed L, because my man don't know what that is, bro. He like Dr. Phil, bro. Dr. Phil, because he takes no L's. Get out of here, bro. Talking about Chicago. Chicago just a doo-doo stain. That's why the colors is brown. Meanwhile, my guys out here lit, bro. You want to know why Detroit Lions? You want to know why the colors are blue? Because they hit the sky. Forget reaching for it, boy. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro.
How many Super Bowls they been
Jared
to?
Goff. Jared Goff all summer. What year are we in? 23? All summer 2023, bro. Yeah.
I can't stand
Oh,
it.
I don't know, Nate. I don't know if you're going to get any serious answers on this show today. He wants to ask us this question. I said, I don't know.
I'll give you a serious answer. Because I'm telling you right now, boy. Free my guy Jared Goff, bro. I'm tired of his disrespect. You gonna respect him, Michael.
Who said that though?
You gonna
That's respect with a K, by the way, and not a
respect,
T.
my boy.
I think the big thing, and we just talked about it though with Dalton Schultz to Damien's question, is 24 years over 3 years is still $8 million a year. So I feel like you do that 1 year deal because you want to reevaluate it at the end of the year, see if you can double it. Because the same thing
because at the end
with Schultz is the same thing. Is it's 3 years for 33 mil, but that's only 10 years each year. So he took a 1 year $10 million deal. Now you're gonna reevaluate.
So basically, right? Because and to Mike's point, all they're really gonna do after he does that, they're just basically they're gonna call it an extension, but it's really not because there's a 1 year deal. It's just gonna be the next 3 years is gonna be the same exact thing. That's all. So in actuality, it's a 4 year deal.
Right.
It's a 4 year deal with like a space in between or whatever. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm really not. Let's make sure that you really is what you is and all that in a cup of coffee. Let's see what's really cracking with you.
Do all that
before we go out here and throw. Yeah, we gotta make sure you really is all that, my boy. Cause a lot of times when you open a bag of chips straight air and you only got 3 chips in there and you looking like a boo-boo to food because you spent 50 cents. Ain't finna do that. Damn, bro, I'm out here like Steph clanking threes. Crazy. Oh, I hurt my knee. Damn, I'm Clay.
Here's Nate's serious question. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is the best QB in the NFC, but who is number 2?
Who's it? Wow. I mean, respectfully.
I think that's open.
NFC?
I think that's an open conversation.
I was about to say, dog. Because Aaron Rodgers ain't there no more. Because some people would have argued, obviously Tony wouldn't have, but some people would have argued Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady is gone. You don't know what you get with Matthew Stafford. Wow, Kirk Cousins?
Oh, shit.
Respectfully now, it might be Kirk Cousins. Unless I'm forgetting someone, spit him out at me.
I think Gonzo was saying Dak yesterday.
No, I wasn't saying that.
I think there's a couple guys that
Kirk Cousins is better than Dak. So I'm
gonna say this, and I'm throwing a couple names out there.
All right, I'm here.
So I think there's a couple guys that are on the cusp of being in that conversation. You just have to see how this season specifically plays out. I actually think Jared Goff is one of them. I think
let's go.
I think Jared Goff's got the weapons and he's got the offensive line to actually make that conversation. And I think
as long as he performs how I think he is, he'll be in that conversation.
And I also this is probably his best opportunity to showcase that he is. Let's put it that way.
Not his second.
And I mean this
best,
from a non-biased perspective. I think Justin Fields has the potential to take that leap with everything they've given him. I don't see, and it's up to him. I'm not saying he's there. I'm saying you literally have everything. So it's like you literally have no choice but to succeed. And if you don't, you don't. But you know, when you really look at the room right now in the NFC, it's like it's pretty. I think Derek Carr is not in the NFC. Is he?
I don't know, man. I guess what point do we put Gino in there?
Derek Carr's in the NFC.
So I think Derek's in that conversation.
I hate to say it, but does Purdy get in there? Look what he did with San Francisco.
Okay, boo. Anyways, Michael.
I think the only way Purdy's in that conversation is just based off of team wins.
And we never gave that to Jared Goff.
No.
So if we're not giving that to Jared Goff, I don't want to hear no Brook Purdy head ass. You look like Patrick Starr. Get out of here, dumbass. Anyways, bro. Come on, bro. Stupid ass parents for misspell pretty. Boo. Anyways. Dumbass parents. Anyways, right here, I'm out here cash, bro. Yo, Mike, you like the bank, bro? Because I'm cashing out. Woo!
Man, tell me,
Golly.
baby.
But nah, bro. Like, I think it goes Jalen Hurts, and then at this point, you could flip them. It's either Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr.
I'm
I
gonna
think
go out on a
everybody
limb
else-
and say I'm gonna just say Fields because I'm ignorant.
Okay, I love these stuff because I'm ignorant. I mean, but like, let's be honest here, Mike. The guys that you named really are okay. This is your opportunity. You're at the doorstep.
Hey, Pride, hold on. Look at the screen real quick.
Let me look at my screen
I
real
like
quick,
what
baby.
I'm seeing.
Damn, bro. Bro, we got 2 ugly people on this show. God damn.
Yeah, it's me and Jay.
But nah,
Sorry,
dog.
Jay,
Like,
collateral damage.
but nah, bro. Like, it's just like I said, bro. The top 3. I mean, I think Jalen Hurts is the consensus number 1. Then Kirk Cousins and Derek Carr. Flip them however you like. Everyone else is really in a situation that you kind of got to prove it. And then there's Brock Purdy, who's just playing in the mud by himself because no one likes
Trey
him.
Lance, who's just kind of hanging out.
No, Trey Lance
No, but I
is in
do
the
think
mud, Brock Purdy.
that look, we know Gino and both Gino and Purdy had good seasons last year. Now I think you got to see was that just a fluke seasons or
Wait, hold on,
can they string them together? So
Who?
I think both those guys
Jay,
are
I'm
still
not going to do that. You said Geno Smith and who?
I was saying Gino and Purdy came off good seasons
No, Mike,
last year.
stop trying to put that garbage kid in here. No, he wasn't, bro. My man almost tore his rotator cuff just from handing the ball off. Come on, bro. Come on, boo. Boo. Man's did nothing, bro. Man's literally stood there. He literally stood there and was like, I don't know what to do.
I
don't know what to do.
In mock drafts, they have Seattle taking Richardson at 5.
That's so dumb.
I like that for them.
No, so why pay Geno?
You pay Geno for that same understanding of Anthony's a project. And I
Carroll came out and said that they signed Geno, but that he was very well connected to all the quarterbacks in the draft, and that he said, quote unquote, that this was his year, to draft him and drafted 09, I think in the top 5. So I would not, like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle does take it.
I just think Anthony's one of those guys, and I mean this because I watched a lot of them at Florida, and he's one of those guys. First of all, first 5 games. Pride, you want to guess how many touchdowns he threw in his first 5 games?
Bro, my man was cheeks, bro. Let's tell the full story. Thank you.
Go ahead.
My man was
touchdowns in his
cheeks.
first 5 games, but that's not my.
Did he have like 3 picks?
He was horrible. The second half of the season, he was really good, but that was because he realized he had to utilize his legs, and the teams he was playing were dog shit. So he just got to be the best athlete, kind of like Lamar at Louisville, but obviously not the same.
No, it's literally the same thing. It's literally the same thing.
Level of athleticism, but it's like it's something for me where I look at that and I go, all right, so say Geno plays 2 years. That third year, I'm completely fine with starting Anthony if they think he's ready. And that gives him enough time to still be able to be a part of a winning football culture because they don't have to worry about him winning games. They can say, hey, Geno, you got DK, you got Lockett, you got all these other guys. Let's make something happen.
They'll be gone by then. I
don't think so. They're all locked up.
Oh, I know so. That's the difference between me and you. You don't think so. I know so. They'll be gone by then. They're both going to be gone.
But yeah,
I think
it's a good idea.
You heard it here first.
Because Anthony's a project. So if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's not like taking Trey Lance knowing you have Jimmy G on limited time.
I mean, I don't know. I still think it's dumb.
Oh, it's dumb. It's just I get it. You know what I mean?
So you're saying it's dumb, but you can at least sort of kind of see the thought process.
Like think about it.
Seattle used for it.
That's why I said the same comparison as Jimmy G and Trey Lance. And I guess you could throw in Brock if you want to, but that doesn't count. But it's something for me where it's like, okay, well, we still got Jimmy. We locked now. If they would have said, all right, Geno, go fuck yourself, and Geno left, and they got stuck with Anthony Richardson, I would have said that's just gonna be trash. That shit is a trash. But just in case, they still got Geno. So I'm like, all right, that's a very friendly deal. A lot of these guys on the team are rookies, so they don't have to pay anybody else. It's pretty content.
Yeah, whoever drafts Richardson, you have to be prepared that he's not going to be ready to play the first year anyway.
Right, and I think what Nate said is probably like I would rather him go to the Raiders just because I felt like you look at a situation. I don't think they'll be able to handle him better than Pete Carroll could, but I think having Devontae Adams and a bunch of other guys is a better situation.
To an extent. Wait, are you talking about like
Other than you
draft
have
to
Josh
start
McDaniels,
now
other
type
than you
of
have
thing?
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, like
as
if
the
you
head
had to
coach.
start right now and you
Okay.
told me here's Kenneth Walker and DK Metcalf versus here's
Okay.
Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams, I'll take those two.
I mean, I'll take those two, and plus you still got Hunter Renfrow.
Bro, I'll take you while I'm on my knees with my mouth open. What happened?
Oh damn!
Yes, sir. This is the conversation I'm here for.
Damn! What the hell?
But you do have the better head coach in Seattle than with the Raiders.
Listen, I got the best head
I mean-
here, so I don't want to hear nothing.
Yes, sir, Reba, baby. But I mean, Chris, to your point though, like, I mean, think about it. I understand your point about having the better head coach.
What if we just don't take
But
it here? Nobody. Not a
Here's the
single person.
reality of it. If you're not really caring about winning and it's just player development, whoever has the better head coach doesn't really matter.
Pride, what do
Now
you
I'm
think
looking
about,
deeper. Pause.
What do you
What?
What do you think about, like, what if every GM just got on the phone and said, hey, let's fuck with these guys. Let's nobody take a quarterback for the first 7 rounds. We're like,
Oh my
let's not-
god, that would be
Can I be
hilarious.
honest?
Let's just not.
I'll be
Let's just, hey, guys, let's just not take a quarterback this year and see what happens in free agency. We pay these guys $100,000 a year.
God damn.
Dude, ESP, all the people on ESPN during the draft would explode. They wouldn't know what to say, what to do.
Bro,
Lose it.
not only that, but Vegas would be going nuts in the
They would
sporting.
lose it.
Listen, here's what I'm doing. I'm taking Jalen Carter, #1 overall, giving him a 12-pack of Modelo's and a 2023 Jeep.
You're foul. Oh, I got it. As soon as you said Modelo's, you're foul. Yo, my man wants him to crash the car again, baby. He didn't even do it. He was just there.
He didn't even
Question
crash
mark.
the first time. He's a better driver.
Nah, bro. He was there. He didn't even crash the car. He was just there, question mark. He wasn't in the car. He just saw what happened, question mark, on the end of the highway, question mark. Yo, I
I
heard the
wasn't even
story. He
there.
was
So I was just driving by.
Yo, my man said, but the first story I heard, my man said, I don't know what happened. I was just walking. I saw it. I said, on the highway? Bar? I was like, yo, you just set yourself
It's like
up.
in Chicago when somebody sees a shooting. Sure, did you see what happened? Man, I don't even know.
Nah, bro, I just hit the bodega. Homie, the bodega's like 8 blocks from here. Why are you here?
Bro,
Oh, I
I
live
was,
over here.
bro, I was just walking my grandma to the vet, bro. What?
Yo, oh God, bro. Yo, bro, my little sister, bro, she late for school, so I had to go take her to the police, bro. Like, we had to put her down. Had the cops go, bar? They're like, huh?
Swear.
It be buck wild, bro. Be buck wild, bro.
So Cam Newton's gonna throw at the Alabama Pro Day.
I don't give a
Yeah,
shit,
next
okay?
conversation.
Auburn Pro Day.
I was about to say, what, he going back to college? He going back
Next.
to
Talking about
college?
the Auburn Pro Day.
That's how down bad he is?
Literally, Auburn just felt bad, and they were like, yeah, fuck it.
On God. This is just a charity case, bro. This is just a charity case.
There ain't 32 dudes better than me, bro. You're right, because there's probably like 40.
40. Let's keep it a bean out here. Keep it a bean out here, bro. And that's the thing. So I live in South Carolina, right? I've never in my life seen deep throaters of Cam Newton so bad before he got blackballed. Nah, homie. If he got blackballed, he blackballed himself. My man, he didn't even have time to study the playbook. So why would he say, let me go in, coach? Enough with this foolishness, man. The man doo-doo. It's over. Everyone has a run. Some people are blessed.
I agree.
Like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, you're going to be on top for a long time. Other guys like Tim Tebow, you only have a couple years. Then you have the middle of the pack guys who has like what, maybe 10 years. Now they run off in the sunset.
And Newton has
Cam Newton's
never
throwing
been the
helicopters.
same.
What are we doing?
Newton's never been the same since he
Exactly.
came back from that shoulder injury.
You know?
And that's the point, yo. Like this is just a situation where sometimes your body naturally gives out. Other times, the years of abuse you put on your body wears you down to the point that you're not the same guy. Like, and the crazy part about this is me saying that it's controversial. Art? Like, come on, bro. Like
Like
congratulations, bro.
when he played for the Patriots, there was times he'd run back and throw the ball, and it would just go straight in the dirt. It wouldn't even go
Exactly.
nowhere. I'm like,
And I should know. I watched the games because when we had Cam Newton, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna give him an opportunity. It's a new lease on life, bro. Forget a new lease on life. I wish it was over. I wanted to end my life. Forget a new lease, bro. I wanted to break my lease, bro, and just be homeless, bro. Bump that, bro. Like Cam Newton made me all my days, bro. That he really tested my face as a Patriots fan. I was so butthurt. I was like, yo, my man out here throwing
you're right,
10
Brian. If you say that, everybody goes, "Oh, you're just hating on him."
Exactly. And it's like, no, I'm not hating. Are you not watching the games? Are you not watching the helicopters he's throwing? He used to have a cannon. My guy's going, throwing the ball 10 yards. You hear
Yeah,
that?
there was 10 or 15-yard passes that were landing at the wide receiver's feet.
Yes, underthrowing over like imagine this. How you overthrow someone 50 yards away from you? Consistently.
I don't
Fix
know.
it.
That's crazy to me.
Fix it.
That is
Fix
crazy.
it. And that's the thing, bro. Eventually, everyone's time comes to an end. That's just the reality of it. Everyone's time comes to an end. But don't feed me this foolishness, this nonsense, these lies, this garbage about, oh, yeah, bro, he never got a fair shot. He's had more than one fair shot.
The
My
league
man just
is blackballing him. They don't want him in the league.
No. So the league blackball Trent Dilfer? What are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? Well, so let me guess. If Baker didn't get signed by Tampa, the league is blackballing Baker.
Well, yeah, I can.
And I'm a Baker, and everyone here knows this. I'm a Baker fanboy. I'm a Baker fanboy.
Yeah.
But if no one signed him, I would have been like, man, I think he should have been. But hey,
I was
I ain't gonna sit here and say it's
disappointed.
blackball.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed in what Baker's done in the NFL because I was a big Baker fan coming out of college. I thought he
still
would
am.
be good.
Anybody who plans, anybody who plans to flag is, you better be badass.
Tell you, bro, I'm telling you right now, I am still a Baker fanboy. Just do me a favor.
I want Baker to be successful. I hope he finds.
No.
Maybe he finds with Tampa. I don't know.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking. I'm not talking about being quote successful. When he wins the MVP and the Lombardi Trophy, come highlight your boy. When that happens, bro, me and Baker, we gonna be laughing at y'all. We're gonna be laughing at y'all. Mind you, see, this is a take that I love, right? Because either A, it never happens, but everyone forgot I said it, so it just goes into the history books as just another crazy thing Pride said. Or if it does happen, I can just, said I called it. So this is great for me.
Hey,
this is great for me.
Let me ask you this, because we haven't talked for a little while. What'd you think about the UFC pay-per-view Saturday?
I thought Usman won. I'm gonna say that right now. I thought
Edwards won, but I told my dad right after the fight, I said I think Edwards won, but I wouldn't be surprised if he called a draw because of the lost point.
You know what it reminded me of a little bit? A lot, actually. To an extent, not as high in terms of how close it was, but it was still in the same realm. When TJ Dillashaw came back and fought Corey Sandhagen, I thought Corey won.
I thought Corey won as well.
But it was so close. It was so close that if Corey won, the TJ fans and TJ himself was going to be mad. And then if TJ won, Corey and his fans was going to get mad.
Yep.
This is kind of what it reminded me of a little bit. It gave me that vibe.
When he lost the point, I thought it was going to end up being a draw.
I'm surprised they only took 1 point from him because he still kept doing it.
And he grabbed the glove, grabbed the fist, kicked him.
I'm like, yo, Leon, you really don't. I'm like, you really don't believe in yourself like that, homie? I'm like, golly, bro. Man, you might as well tap out now. Geez,
tell you what, I really enjoyed the Gaethje and Fiziev fight, man. They were going.
I love that, bro. That fight,
I
bro.
wish that was a 5-round fight. I thought it was going awesome. Man, this is only a 3-round fight. We need 5 rounds of this.
100%, bro. But I don't understand why Colby Covington is next in line.
Oh,
that makes no sense to me. But
you know why?
I mean,
he's Dana
White privilege. Yeah, that's all it really is. Which is weird because he used to hate him. They used to hate each other. Now all of a sudden, Colby Covington has no choice but to fall in line and start listening to Dana because now he's starting to get what he wants. Let this sink in, bro. He's fought Usman twice, got demolished twice. And then there's another loss he has in there. In his last 4, he's like what, 1-4 or 1-3 in his last 4?
Yeah, I think so.
How does that make you? I don't know, man. Like this is a weird sport. This is weird, bro. Like, but and then Islam Makhachev was like, "Oh yeah, I want you." He's like, "I want Leon." I was like, "Homie, you barely survived Alexander Volkanovski. Settle down, stay in your own division, homie. Because if you couldn't handle Volk, bro, and
that was a hell of a fight. That was a hell of a fight too.
I thought Volkanovski won. I gave it a Volk.
I gave it to Makhachev barely, but it was close.
It was uber close, bro. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm watching the Edwards and Covington fight because, I mean, check me if I'm wrong. That fight does not excite me in the slightest.
No, it doesn't me either.
It doesn't excite me. Like,
Honestly,
I don't care for it.
I think Edwards will probably knock him out.
I think he does. No, I don't think so. I think Colby Covington does what he did with Masvidal. Talks all that garbage, and as soon as he gets the octagon, gets scared, and just wants to like dry hump you. He's gonna fight like Marvin Vettori.
Or he might get he could get tapped out. Edwards isn't bad if he can get you down. Edwards just ain't great off his back. What do you think about the Pereira and Adesanya coming up? I think that's going to be a pretty good card. You also got massive.
So here's my thing. I'll be honest. I don't know how I feel about it because Pereira won, right? But and mind you, I picked Pereira to win.
Yeah, I think we both did, didn't we?
Yes. Yeah, we both had picked him. Watching that fight, though, if Izzy just clinches his jaw when he got hit with that right, I don't think he gets put down. I genuinely don't think he gets put down. If he had clinched his jaw, I think he eats it. Because remember, up until that point, Izzy was respectfully shitting on him.
Yep.
He was shitting on him. It was the fifth round that happened, and I had Izzy winning 3-1. I had Izzy up 3-1.
It's a hard fight for me because I think Izzy will win it, but I also think Pereira is in Izzy's head.
I think he's deep in there, bro. He's literally mind fucking him. Like he's got no pants, and he's
that's what worries me about the fight is because if somebody gets in your head, it can be a hard thing to overcome.
But here's the thing, though. Will it affect Izzy? Because Izzy, he's all about that psychological warfare. Like he's done it to Robert Whittaker. He did it to Marvin Vettori. He did it to Anderson Silva. Even though with Silva it was respect, but regardless, it was still that psychological warfare. So that's kind of where it's iffy, where it's like, damn man, like, will it really bother him? You know what I mean? Like,
we start talking UFC. Jay's like Rob Scott. When we start talking baseball, Jay's just sitting there like, what the?
No, I will say this. I was reading an article about that. Jeff Molina announces that he's bisexual. I was like, wow, that's on that video leak. I was like, wow.
But
Chris, Burns and Masvidal on that card. I think that's going to be interesting.
I think Gilbert Burns washes Masvidal. I think Masvidal.
I think Burns wins.
I think after that second fight with Usman, he's like,
I don't know how Jorge Masvidal keeps getting these big fights. I agree.
It's the same thing with Colby Covington. Well, I think it's different because with Masvidal, his style is exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So that's kind of where you can kind of make the excuse with it, where he'll go out there and try to, like, you know what I mean? Like, if he goes out there and says
he's going to knock somebody out, or he's going to get knocked out probably.
Right. Like remember, for the most part, he goes out there and says, "Hey, I'm going to try to put you down," and then he goes out there and fights like that. The only fight that I can really remember that he didn't do that was the Colby Covington fight.
Mm-hmm. And that's what was great about the
fight.
That was what was great about Gaethje and Fiziev. They just went out there and both of them moved forward and just beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah. They were like, it was funny because Gaethje was like, "You want to meet right here?" And Fiziev was like, "Can we meet here, please?" He goes, "All right, I'll meet you there." And then they would fight and go, "All right, we're here. Okay. You ready? I'm ready. You ready? Yeah. Okay.
I forgot it was only a 3-round fight. And they had the first 2 rounds. They had the first 2 rounds. I looked up. I told Dad. I said, "Well, that sucks. This is only a 3-round fight."
100%, bro. I was like, that thing had me.
This should be a 5-round fight.
Giggles. But, if Justin has yet to fight anyone outside of the top 10, he fights one more person, top 5-ish, and he wins, I think he should be next for the title.
Yep. And the way he talked, I think he's going to try and make one more title run, and he's going to be done.
So because all that damage he put on himself, bro, he's on borrowed time right now.
Let me ask you, I see where Conor McGregor was talking about, even though he broke his leg, that he wasn't going to stop fighting as long as his leg would let him. It looks like his leg was legless. It looks like he's back to normal. So when do you think we'll see him again, or do we even see him again?
He's fighting Michael Chandler.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. Oh, he already got the fights had been announced and everything.
I forget when it is now, but
yeah, he's fighting Michael
Can he get back into the rank? I mean, can he get back to where he was at?
I think how he is right now, no. I said this before, and I mean it. I would honestly give Conor a title shot. I really would. Because I think right now, at his age, I think he gets destroyed. And I love Conor. I'm a Conor McGregor fanboy. But I think Conor will keep on talking because he doesn't think like Conor McGregor, if he loses legitimately, and I don't mean this to try to take away from Dustin's win over him. Right. But as a fighter, if you win because you injured yourself, if your opposition wins because they injured themselves, that doesn't count in my book. Now, in the record books, it legitimately counts because durability is a part of the sport, regardless of how much you hate it. That's just the reality, right?
Right.
But if Conor, every time Conor has lost, he's been humble about it and goes, it was me. Either he was ineffectual with his shot selection, with his shot selection. Either he was inefficient with his energy. Whether he took the opponent too lightly. Whatever it is, he's come out and admitted it and go, that's my L. So I genuinely think if you put Conor in a situation where he fights a champion and gets mopped, I think it'll make him look in the mirror and go, you know what, man? This ain't me no more. You know what I mean? Now he's still a unicorn, so he can go do like exhibition boxing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Boxing where it doesn't mean anything, but you're just trying to get a payday.
They haven't said
if he wants to do that, sure.
They haven't said a date.
But I mean, so do you think Conor, for the most part, is done because of age, or just because people have just gotten better than he is?
Real quick, before I answer that question, Chris, what were you saying?
They haven't set the exact date for the fight yet. It's going to be sometime after August 15th, and they're talking about maybe doing it in Dallas at AT&T Stadium.
Oh, wow. So it's announced and it's going to happen.
Yeah,
they just haven't picked a date.
They're the coaches for the Ultimate Fighter. They're the coaches for Ultimate Fighter, and they're going to fight each other at the end.
Yes.
And so it'll be sometime after August 15th.
That'll be interesting. I'm gonna watch it. But to answer your question, Jay, I think it's a combination.
Another delay is that McGregor's status in the USADA drug testing pool.
He'll be fine.
So he just has to. He hasn't felt anything. He just has to get back into the process.
Yeah, I think he's got to be in there for 90 days. I think it is.
Yeah,
which is fine because that's 3 months. What are we in now?
But Jay, to answer your question shortly, one of McGregor's issues, I don't think it's that he's not as good as he was. It's when you make all that money, it's hard to train like you did before you had all that money to get ready for these fights. I think that's what is some of it.
So you think he kind of lost that hunger for it?
A little bit. I think all the guys do that once you make that big money.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Listen,
you're not out there at the Savannah parade, going to the Savannah parade in a proper 12 limo. It was beautiful. It was a nice, beautiful limousine. It had proper 12 all over. I'm like, yeah, that dude made it.
And here's another thing. He's an older Conor McGregor and a sport that's evolving so fast that you have guys in here getting title matches, 3 fights in their UFC career and winning.
Well, back in the day, Jay, UFC, it was basically, it would be like a boxer against a wrestler. Now all these guys know so many disciplines. They're all mixed martial artists. So the level of competition is just so much better.
Way better.
I mean, that's how everything is. I mean, every sport evolves. So that's kind of what I was thinking is has UFC basically evolved to where it's passed up Conor McGregor?
I mean, it has in terms of everyone needing to know something. Right? Like now you got guys knowing a little bit of everything. But at the same time, it doesn't seem like, and disrespectfully, but it doesn't seem like Conor himself has evolved. It's almost like he's still the showman. But if you watch him in the octagon, he fights pretty much the same way. The most evolution he does is changing his stance from southpaw to orthodox. I think that's the only.
He's gonna look for that big left hand.
Mm-hmm. So it's a situation where now that everyone kind of knows Conor and they know he wants that left hand, when he switches stances, it's now becoming a giveaway. Where it's like, oh, okay, this is what he wants. This is what he wants to do. And then as soon as I take him down, boom. A fight Conor McGregor doesn't want to be in is a long, grind-out war that involves wrestling. That's why he
Right.
lost to Khabib. That's why he lost to Nate Diaz, because it started getting longer,
Yep.
and his cardio couldn't keep up. That's why he loses to a lot of these guys, and it's not because he's because he's trash. It's just he has not evolved. And
Right.
in the UFC, the
You
sad
got to
part
evolve
about
or
it,
you're done.
not only that, but let's be honest, this is a sport that feeds the old to the young.
Right.
Like you know what I mean? Like they built up these guys.
You don't
And then
see many
feed them to
guys
the
stay
next
on the top.
generation.
You don't see many guys stay on the top for a long time. Not
Right,
anymore.
like everyone thinks, oh yeah, like let's be honest, bro, we're spoiled, right? We're like yeah, we were able to see John Jones dominate. That's not how it always goes.
Yeah.
You know, that's not how it always goes. So,
Hey Jay,
but
can you close out the show? I got to go.
Shit, I gotta go
hop off
too.
right now.
Let's just go ahead.
Wrap
We
it
just
up
go
then,
ahead and
boys.
pull it in. We might as well just want to pull on it in. We can go ahead and end it right now.
All right, that'll work. Well,
Final thoughts. Pride. Good to see you, brother.
Always great to be seen, bro. You know what else is great? Being able
When
to
you're not
witness-
making threes
Hey,
and
man.
you're telling people you are.
Nah. You wanna know what else is great? Chris, let me ask you something, bro. Imagine the most unselfish guy in the history of a sport leading in the most selfish stat. I'm talking about one LeBron Ramon James, born in Akron, Ohio, to one Gloria James. He's your all-time leading scorer. And he a pass first dude. He passed first. Oh man, I love you, Bron. Adopt me. That's all I gotta say, bro.
No. Hey, but do check out Unscripted tonight at 7 p.m. Gonzo will be there. Whoever else will be there. Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight, baby.
Jay, I will be there, but I will be a little bit late because I have an
Of course
interview.
you are.
I have an interview at 6. I have an interview at 6:30 with pro wrestler Sage Phillips. Come join us for that.
Man, you got an interview with these nuts. Why are you gonna be always late?
And
You're
then,
always late. Always late.
Also, don't forget April 8th. We'll be live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. DCCW Invasion 4. WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle will be there. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi and Buff Bagwell will all be in attendance at that show. So check it out. Check out the ASAP Network app. If you're a Android user, go to the Google Play Store, ASAP Network. You can find it. Roku, Amazon. Get on your Fire Stick. Go to the search apps. You can find the ASAP Network. Also, if you have an LG Smart TV, you can go to where you search your apps. You can find it on there. Should be on Apple products here soon. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room, at the All Sports All Plays Network, at Unscripted, at Prideful Takes. Go check out Pride stuff. I think he's still doing his show, isn't he?
I believe he is. As far as I know, he is.
So yeah, go check that out. Check out the rest of the shows on the ASAP Network later on today and on the Gonzo Sports Room Network. We'll have Easy Money, a sports betting show here in just a few minutes. Like I said, we have an interview with pro wrestler Sage Phillips. That's going to be a real interesting conversation. That was originally scheduled for Wednesday, but we had some things that some circumstances, so we had to change it to today. But then Thursday we have pro wrestler Jake Elliott. Friday we have the Indiana Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony. We're going to be live streaming the Hall of Fame ceremony. I think there's 6 inductees that are getting inducted into the Indiana Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. So we'll be doing that Friday night. I think that starts at 6. Then Saturday we have Pro Wrestling Show DCCW 5-year anniversary show. And then on Sunday we have Warrior Pro Wrestling in Danville, Indiana. So we're packed this week. Got shows all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then and then it's just gonna get busier from here to the next 3 or 4 months. You're gonna see a lot of Gonzo Sports Room wrestling stuff going out. Got something big coming in May. I'll be announcing officially announcing that here in just a few days. Jay knows what I'm talking about, but it's going to be big. I'm really looking forward to that. April's packed. We got shows every weekend in April. I think we got 6 wrestling shows in April, and we're going to end up doing 4 or 5 in March. So we got, and May's going to be packed. So we got a lot coming up. And like I said, I can't wait to get to meet the Olympic champion Kurt Angle here in a couple weeks. That's going to be pretty awesome. So,
Hell yeah!
but we will see
I
you
bet
guys.
you won't hit him in his leg.
What'd you say?
So I bet you won't hit him in his leg.
No, I won't. He might be old, but he still whooped my ass.
Hey, maybe you get some belly slaps. Y'all get some belly slaps in this time.
I don't know if I'm taking any more chops, man. Whew. I took those 3. We'll get you and Dutch Boy together. That Dutch Boy give you a chop.
Dutch boy, little flying ant.
You would think that after he chopped you. You should see.
I'm sure. Hey, I'm sure he probably gets some good chops in there.
Oh, he does.
Hey, as long as it's chop for chop.
Oh, he wouldn't care. Hey, Dutch Boy's nuts, but he lays
You know what I am? I'll probably throw my back out. What are you talking about?
He lays those strikes in. Dude. That's one reason. That's one reason I enjoy watching him so much, because he lays his strikes in. They look. I mean, it looks like he's really hitting the guy with everything he has.
Man, I'll probably throw my back out. I'm too old for that mess.
But we will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday.
We'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 with another episode of the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. Thanks for joining us. Hope everybody has a great day.